time. So.
Oh yeah, I only did that because I was hosting. But
yeah, it's saved. So from now on, I'll just connect it that way you don't have to do it on your end.
I bet.
Yeah, it'll just automatically just be up there. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of No Name Wrestling. Today we're going to be talking everything that happened last night with WrestlePalooza, AEW All Out as well. We're going to be giving our thoughts and talking, obviously, some things that we think are going to happen for the foreseeable future and everything. Thank you, everybody.
Well, it's the mid show. Sorry, go ahead.
Everybody's in the chat, been waiting. Appreciate you guys. We got a couple of people in the chat. So. Before we start, though, we're going to go ahead and do just quick clips real quick for everybody. Let's see. Somebody said, Lynn, what's up? How you doing? What up, bro? Alex? I don't know if you know that person or not. But.
We're on my G Maniacs in the chat, man.
They just rock with me every time I come. So what's up, bro?
And just so everyone knows, for the hosts and the viewers, I'm gonna be constantly moving around in my seat. I was walking my dog 4 nights ago, and it was in the dark, and I stepped in a pothole and ate shit on the concrete. Everything hurt for like 2 days. It's finally starting to feel better, but I was beat up as hell, and I'm still uncomfortable.
Bro, I'm scared to fall. I'm scared to fall in my older age.
Nah, yeah.
Y'all unks gotta get it together, man.
And in potholes, bro. So you gotta catch that balance, man.
Chat wants Do-Rag Jade. I might have to bust him out. I'll see if
you ever just run up the steps and you need to start?
You got Turban Mo. I'm about to go off when we're done with these clips.
Yo, bro, doing them like you run into the. It's like when you used to run in the stadiums, bro. Knees start to wobble when you get to the top.
Yeah. All right, so first one we're going to do, this is pretty simple. Everybody can give their own individual answer. Who do you believe John Cena's final opponent should be? Just if you were booking, who would you want to be his last
Should be or will be? Should be or will be?
Who do you think should be?
Oh, okay. Because I know my answer. Should be is Braun Breaker. That should be his final opponent.
It's a good one.
That should be who he retires on, puts over the next, like...
Over Gunther?
I mean, yes. Gunther's not going to be back, but either way.
I don't know. I heard he's coming back soon. That's what they said.
Well, he
might. Remember what happened the last time
he said that? Yeah. Hey.
Facts. Next night.
It's actually happened twice. It's actually
third time's a charm.
You would take Braun over Gunther, though?
Yes, because Gunther doesn't need it, in my opinion.
Ooh, I got it different.
Even though Braun doesn't need it either, Braun right now is playing second fiddle to Seth, technically. So John Cena win, it's not as bad as like Jade was saying before, but technically it should be Braun because that'll kind of be like, hey, you're up next. Gunther's already been there. Like Gunther could go beat Cody Rhodes right now for that Undisputed Championship, and I'd be like, yeah, good, makes sense.
Right.
I believe it. Braun Breaker, even though I think he has the potential to be, if he came in and beat Cody Rhodes right now, I'd be like, that's a weird decision. So it should be Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker should retire John Cena. And that's how we kind of start getting you know what, Seth, I'm better than you. I don't need this. That's how
Braun wins, though. Does he go and win the Rumble after then? If he retires Cena?
He won't win the Rumble this year because he'll probably still be doing something with Division. But once CM Punk takes that title from Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker should be like, you know what, Seth, I'm better than you. I don't need to be up under you. I've learned everything I could now. It's time for me to take over. I think that's how that should work.
What was your answer?
I'd say I was thinking either Gunther or Drew McIntyre. One of those two.
Can I give you a young guy?
Good.
What about Oba Femi? I was just thinking of Oba.
Oba's not terrible.
It's not the worst, man.
Not terrible. I mean, he'll probably still be in NXT at the time, but it's not
terrible.
He's not losing that title anytime soon.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, and Tayshaun Jones just said it in chat. If you're going to give any young guy the rub, it has to be Dominic Mysterio. It has to be. Dominic is right there. He is right there, man. He's the freaking AAA Mega Champion. He's the Intercontinental Champion. The crowds are behind him every week. Strike while the iron is hot, man. That being said, I don't think WWE is going to do what they should do and send John Cena out by giving somebody the rub. I really don't. I think they're going to go for another nostalgia match. Who should it be? His final match should be one of his greatest rivals. And yeah, I think he has a top 3. AJ Styles, CM Punk, and Edge. Edge is obviously out of the picture. CM Punk, they already had their thing. So that leaves AJ Styles. Now, he's pretty much already said that's not happening, but if you're asking me who should it be, if you want the nostalgia part of it, it should be AJ if Edge isn't an option. But if they are going to get somebody to rub, it should be Dom.
Yeah, you can tell who he's not going to feud with because he keeps doing their moves. Like, when he did the Styles Clash, I was like, well, we're not getting that match. Edge was a nice little touch. Shout out Edge and Cena. That was a nice little, hey.
From both of them.
Yeah, for both of them. That was nice. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I feel I'm with the Braun Breaker effect too. I think it should be Braun Breaker or Gunther. I mean, Gunther wouldn't be a terrible option because he retired Goldberg. So if he retires Cena, that would be good for him too. Potentially could retire Lesnar too, so that could be good for him. I'm just looking at something that could boost him up further, like, you know, to potentially establish his legacy further. But Dom is an interesting one. I mean, I wouldn't be terrible, I guess you could say. I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
I feel like if WWE does Dom and Cena, it's gonna be to give Cena the Grand Slam. It's not gonna be so Dom can get over. That's what I feel.
But
because at that point,
even in a loss, if Dom is able to go out there and put on a banger with John Cena, and if he gets a handshake from Cena at the end, even in a loss, that would be.
But that would almost be turning him babyface. And although the
because let him slap.
He's basically already a babyface.
Not really though. The crowds are just behind him. I think if Dominic Mysterio goes back to babyface, it changes his character. It changes how he moves.
Everything.
It changes everything. And it's WWE. Look, every time they take a cool heel and turn them babyface, it sucks. Tiffany Stratton, Carmelo Hayes. The second they turned their babyface, they sucked. They were not good.
You could just let him slap the hand. He doesn't have to accept Cena's respect.
That's why to me, even though I would love the idea of Dom, I know how WWE is thinking now. They're not good. They're going to give Cena the Grand Slam, which would be great. I don't mind him getting the Grand Slam. But if he then just shakes the hand of Dom and Dom is like a babyface now, I'm not.
So I sort of understand your point, G, but the problem is I think your two examples are terrible examples. Because Tiffany Stratton didn't work out, but her heel character was not a cool, cocky heel. She was a bitch. She was a bitch when she was a heel, and she's a bitch now that she's a babyface, and that doesn't play off. She's mean to everybody. She talks down to everybody. It only works because. But quite frankly, a lot of it is obviously who she is, what she looks like, but that's neither here nor there. But she's better off as a heel, you're right, but I don't think it's for the reasons that you're saying. Carmelo, I think, still could have been successful, but guess what they got to do with a professional wrestler, G? They got to let him wrestle.
Facts.
They don't let that man wrestle. So how is he supposed to get himself over as a babyface if they don't? And the one time they did let him wrestle, they said, "Here, naysay your damn, win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal," and then they sent him back to catering for the next year. I can't entirely blame his failures on the fact that they turned him into a babyface. I understand your point, but those are two terrible examples.
But even with what you just said, what makes you think that if they turn Dom babyface, they're not going to do the same shit?
Because
that's what I'm thinking.
Because he's rated for the same reason, G, for the same reason that Ava Rain is able to go on Twitter and say the political stuff she does and not get punished for it like everybody else would. I mean,
that's logistics. That's
no. I'm saying my point is because of who her dad is, they're not going to do anything wrong with her. Because of who Dom's dad is, I think they're not going to. I think if Ray were to step in and say, "Hey Holmes, I had surgery 2 times on my left knee, and also you're mishandling my son," I think they would listen to him.
I actually don't think they would, and I don't think he would do that because it's Rey Mysterio. This is the same guy who lost to John Cena an hour later after finally reaching the pinnacle. This is Rey Mysterio's a legend. Don't get me wrong, but Rey Mysterio at this point is there to advocate for AAA. And
I don't know.
That's the only thing he there for right now.
I don't believe.
What was LWO when Rey Mysterio was there, Mo?
Hey, he's there for that retirement match with Dom.
For just that.
I don't think Rey Mysterio is also the type of person to be like, "Hey, you need to handle my son better." That's not who Rey Mysterio is.
Let me just close on this. Let me close on this. If we were to make our predictions on WWE booking based on what we think they are going to do, we never get anywhere, right? You just have to pull the trigger, and whatever happens, right?
But see, Malik said good. not like who we would want. I didn't think it was who
Right.
we thought WWE would pick. Because if it's that, then that's different.
No, right, and that's what I'm saying. That's a completely different conversation. I'm
Bro, it's
saying
not Logan Paul.
if all is even, and if we assume that WWE are going to make all the right decisions, that it should be Dom. But if we start getting into the semantics of, they haven't done that in the past, they haven't done this, that's a completely different conversation. Because obviously, I'm not picking Dom based on that, but but based on all being even and all being done correctly, it could work wonders for Dom.
Somebody in the chat said just have Dom, if he turns babyface, just have him be like Eddie, where he's got like that babyface charisma.
I don't hate that.
Like,
and I think
Eddie Guerrero realistically was a baby. I mean, he was a babyface, but he did heel things. You know what I mean? Like, he wrestled like a heel, he cheated like a heel, he did heel tactics, but he had the charisma to make it work. Now, I'm not saying he has to copy and paste Eddie's gimmick, but Dom as a babyface, I feel like honestly, it's inevitable to happen at some point. Like,
But
the crowd is gonna.
I think in order for it to work as a babyface, they have to copy and paste Eddie's gimmick. They have to. Dominic is just a regular babyface, not being Eddie Guerrero. I don't want to see that. That's not good. I don't think that's good.
Well, no, I mean we've already
gimmick.
seen that, G, and you're right. Dom is a white meat. Now, again, granted, let's give him some credit here. That was 3 years ago.
He's a different wrestler now.
I think it's easy to forget because our collective consciences are like things happen so quickly for us. But remember, Dom has been in the Judgment Day for 3 years now. Like he's sat and learned from Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor and even Liv Morgan, who's become a great character on television. He's learned and he's studied. So I don't think it's fair to hold him accountable for the babyface work that he did 3 years ago because he's not a kid anymore. That dude is a full-grown ass adult out there now. He was a kid 3 years ago when him and his dad were winning tag titles. So anything could happen. Gee, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed lock that Dom would succeed, right? That obviously I'm not saying that. Anything could happen. But I don't think that we can base his potential on what he did 3 years ago. And I also think that at some point you just have to pull the trigger and hope for the best. Because if you sit around forever, eventually see LA Knight, your time is going to pass you by and it's not going to be worth it anymore.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I don't necessarily disagree entirely. It's just me, when I look at that, I just think the likelihood of it working as opposed to him staying heel or like just straight up just like, because I know this all tied into like beating John Cena, retiring John Cena. I feel like if you're not going to give Dom the win, don't do it, because even though it won't necessarily hurt him, like I definitely wouldn't want to see a character change out of that. And
you're saying you couldn't foresee. Let me just, and I know we're spinning forever on this, but let me pitch it to you.
Last topic.
Let me pitch it to you this way. You couldn't foresee like Dom getting that handshake from John Cena, even if Dom tried to cheat throughout the match, right?
Right.
And Cena still says, you know what? I see your uncle in you. Respect. You're going to go places. And they shake hands. And then the next night on Raw, he's backstage and Adam Pearce tries to book him a match. And he says, well, actually, I was just wrestling John Cena last night. And I think he pulled my calf. I can't really go tonight. That kind of shit. Like, I could see something like that happening.
That would be a better way to do it for sure. I would definitely appreciate that more than just a flip to babyface, because I can live with that more. That's
now,
still
heel or babyface, he needs to get rid of the Judgment Day. I'm done with the Judgment Day. But
what's wrong with them? I think they're just waiting on Liv to get back. But
last one, quick run through.
Yep.
This is just a small game we call Pick Between the Two. It's called Theme Song Edition 2. So I'm just going to name some random theme songs, and you just tell me which theme you think is better between the two individual themes. First up, I got for you. Better theme, Randy Orton, Burning My Light, or Randy Orton Voices? Mo?
Voices.
Everybody's
Voices for sure.
If I'm listening to it in my car, Burning My Light, but Voices is too iconic not to pick that one. So
Voices.
John Cena, Basic Thugonomics, or The Time Is Now?
I go back and forth every day. Right now, I'm feeling Basic Thugonomics, though.
Thugonomics.
Yeah, same deal as the last one. Thugonomics I would listen to in my car over The Time Is Now, but The Time Is Now is just too freaking iconic. So, Time Is Now.
Time Is Now.
Interesting there. CM Punk, Fire Burns, or Cult of Personality?
Cult of Personality.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different this time. I'm gonna go Fire Burns.
Yeah, I love Cult of Personality. It's a classic, but believe it or not, I do have a large portion of my playlist dedicated to metal. You may not look at me and think that, but I do. I love this Fire Burns. I love Killswitch Engage. Definitely this Fire Burns.
This is gonna be a hot take for me. This Fire Burns clears. In my opinion.
Clears?
I think
There
it
you
clears
go,
in my
using that
opinion.
C word.
That's why I said. That's why I said it's a hot take. I think it clears. And now this does not say that Cult of Personality is bad. I look, y'all can see me. Clearly, my playlist does not have rock in it. One of the few rock songs I did learn and I loved growing up playing Rock Band was Cult of Personality. I love that song. I love that song before CM Punk every year. Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Yes, Guitar Hero 3.
I remember it was on Guitar Hero. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was on Rock Band too, but it was either one. Growing up playing that game, I love that song. Fireburn clears.
I also think objectively, this Fire Burn is just a better wrestling song. It's a better wrestling.
I agree.
That's fair. That's fair.
Next to Cody Rhodes, Smoke and Mirrors, or Kingdom.
Kingdom
Wipes.
I can't not pick Smoke and Mirrors, especially the last version of it when he was at his best in 2013, 2014. Yeah, Smoke and Mirrors.
That's a good one.
Sure.
The wall was iconic.
Looking
but
in
I'm going Smoke and Mirrors, man.
Like a knife holding your hand. I love
that whoa was iconic.
Whoa!
But I'm
I mean, they both got a whoa.
They do.
But they wasn't in the crowd.
Yeah, no,
Last one, Triple H, My Time, or The Game?
The Game.
The Game.
Yeah, I don't like My Time objectively as a wrestling song or a radio song. Yeah, The Game.
The Game.
I'm with my people. Thank God.
The Game.
Thank God. I have to
never
people
understood
say
how
My
people
Time
put My Time
clears.
over that, but you know.
Hey, shout out Beast Mode, man. Legends of Rock 3, Guitar Hero Legends of Rock 3, greatest.
I got that right there. I got that right there.
Guitar Hero game. I need to find one because I can't find it anywhere.
I'm gonna have to get out of here and listen.
I got it for like $6 like 3 years ago.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's dive into this rant and shit. So let's get into the good stuff here.
Let me try this company, boy.
Well, it's the mid show.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody's gonna speak up once, so nobody talk when everybody's talking. That way, everybody can speak when they speak. Don't interrupt anybody. And let everybody talk because everybody's gonna have their own stuff to say. So I was at the show. I can definitely tell you it was not worth the money that I spent. But overall, I did enjoy my time there. You know, because I met up with some people, had a good time. You know, overall, so the day was overall a good day. You know, it was a good day. But the show was hot mid. Once again, WWE hyped up another major show that they told us was going to be great, and nothing really happened per se. But I get why they did it. ESPN, they want people to tune in. They probably also wanted people to tune in over the AEW show, even though that show was better. They're like, you know what? That show probably gonna be better, but we want y'all to come over here and watch this. We got the nostalgia factors for y'all. We got all this stuff happening over here, and then the show didn't really turn out to be anything special. Everything on the show besides Stephanie and Io and the mixed tag match was cool, but everything else wasn't really that great. I'll talk about the Brock and Cena match first. That really didn't surprise me. I made countless of videos speaking about how that match was going to be a repetitive match of what we saw at Extreme Rules and SummerSlam. I literally said Brock was going to dominate majority of that match, and it was going to end in one of two ways. Either Brock was going to win in convincing fashion, or Cena was going to make a comeback at the end and be the hero and miraculously win, and we saw what happened. So I really wasn't too upset by what happened because what happened literally was what I felt was going to happen anyway. So, you know, I'm not on the board of like they're burying Cena's retirement tour. Like I think people are definitely pushing certain agendas a little too far with that. Cena's he's only been pinned 3 times this whole year, and 2 of the times he got pinned was by Cody, and then obviously by Lesnar, and then he lost a Royal Rumble match. Other than that, he's been winning majority of his retirement tour. He actually, if you really look at it, he's won more this year than he has in like the last 6 years of his whole career. Like the last,
this is best record wise.
The last 6 years of his career, all he did was lose to everybody. Undertaker, WrestleMania, Austin Theory, Solo Sikoa. Like all he did was just lose matches the last 6 years. So his presentation could be better. I do agree. There are things about the retirement tour that could be better. For me, the one thing that hurts the retirement tour, I think, for me, is the heel turn because I feel like it just wasn't needed, which I spoke about before. It was too little, too late. I've always said John Cena never needed the heel turn, and this, to me, this whole run just showed it, really. I mean, even if it was, I guess you could say, handled better, I just feel like John Cena as a heel just doesn't work with the type of gimmick that he portrays and what he means to people. I mean, clearly shown that last night, coming out with the kids and everything. Like, he just fits the babyface image, role. So I feel like the reason I felt that match was going to turn out to be what it was because in hindsight, Super Cena always struggled to put up a fight against Brock Lesnar. If you look at the matches they had, he was always getting his ass whooped. And this was John Cena at his peak. So I'm looking at it like, oh, Cena is older now. Even though Lesnar is older, he still looks like more of a physical threat opposed to Cena. I don't really see this match being a competitive match. I feel like Brock is pretty much here to destroy John Cena. That's just how I was thinking about it from a booking aspect. So that's why I wasn't too upset by what we saw. Now, I don't know if it's going to lead to a rematch or a war. I don't know what it's going to lead to. I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely feel like Cena's retirement tour, yes, could have been handled better, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be for me. I feel like the only thing that hurts it is the heel turn. If John Cena was doing everything that he's been doing as a babyface, I don't think people would be upset. Like, everything that he's done all year, and he's just been the babyface John Cena, I don't think people legitimately would be that mad. But the heel turn and it not being properly done afterwards, I think that kind of, puts a little damper on it. And, of course, maybe some of the people that he's faced, maybe some people wanted fresh new matchups that we didn't get, like Dom versus Cena or, Braun Breaker or, Carmelo Hayes or whoever the case may be. I understand that, as well. So for me, that match really turned out how I envisioned it. So for me personally, I wasn't mad about that because I didn't expect that match to go any other way. And then the tag match with the Usos, yeah, that was cool. Wasn't nothing too special. The main event I thought was going to be a little bit longer. That one kind of like surprised me the most because it kind of felt like, I don't know, it kind of just felt like rushed to the end. Nothing like crazy. Like, I didn't think anybody was going to return or anything, but like, I kind of just expected more from it, I guess, per se. So I don't know what that's going to lead to. I mean, obviously we're getting the Seth and Cody match next month, and I highly doubt Drew McIntyre's done with Cody too. So I'm sure he's going to be, I still believe we're going to get Cody versus Drew in a triple threat at some point. So I don't know when, maybe Survivor Series or something, but I still believe that probably will happen. But overall, definitely to me was not a good first PLE to start off with the ESPN deal, especially for the money people had to spend for it or the ticket prices you had to buy to go there for the show. I think people definitely wanted more, and I get that sometimes we can get our expectations up too high for certain things, but I think that also falls back on WWE purposely, because how can we not get our expectations up so high when they're promoting shit like this, when they're telling us certain things? Of course you're going to get your expectations up. They're telling you certain things and saying this is going to happen, you should be excited and all this. Like, they're building it up as a major deal, which I get. It's ESPN. Okay, I get that. But like, of course you're going to get that excitement in you because you're a wrestling fan. Okay, you know what I'm saying? This something could be really good. And then if it turns out to fall flat, it's not really the factor of you feel angry. You just feel disappointed. You feel robbed to an extent. You know what I mean? You feel like you just wasted your time. You just feel like that was it. Like, you hyped all that up and then that's all we got. Like, sure, I'm still going to watch. Yeah, because I'm a fan at heart. But it's like, you just want the show to be better. You want the show to be good. Yeah, not every show is going to be great. But when you hype up a show like that to that level and you have all the matches you have on that show, that's the best presentation of the show you can give us. That's ass. That could be way better. That's something that you should be ashamed of, if you ask me. That show could have turned out to be a lot better than what it was. Didn't say it had to be like a 10 out of 10 show, but like, that generally could have turned out to be one of the best shows they had all year, and it's one of the worst they had all year. And that's sad to say, if we're being honest. Like, looking at it on paper, that could have been one of the best shows they had all year, and it turned out to be one of the poorest booked shows they had all year from just everything that went down. So that's all I got to really say about it. Like I said, my expectations for the show weren't really too high, so I guess my feelings weren't really, I guess I wasn't really too upset by it. Even though I went to the show and I spent money for the show, I really wasn't like that butthurt by it, because I just felt like everything that I saw, I kind of felt I was going to see. Even to the Cena and Lesnar match, that's like really what I expected. I would have been thoroughly shocked if that was a competitive match. I would have been like, holy shit, they actually making this a competitive match. Like, maybe they do that down the road if they have a rematch, because now there's John Cena got to be the redemption guy again, so maybe they'll do something like that. But I didn't expect that to be anything spectacular. So I'll pass it off to Mo. We'll just go in order when everybody's done talking. Everybody can put their 2 cents in. So
before I tear this fucking company into shreds, I just have one simple request. WWE, Netflix, Peacock, whoever, can you please put the Raw episodes back on whatever platform you can so I can binge watch the Ruthless Aggression era and so I can stop watching this bullshit that y'all consistently put on TV? Please, just put the Raw episodes on back on the platform, please, because it has become so deflating to be a WWE fan in 2025, because a lot of times I walk away from these shows feeling like, what's the fucking point? And I'm upset because the same guy booking these shows right now, not even a full 2 years ago, gave me a build to a WrestleMania that made me feel like a child again. WrestleMania 40 and that whole build made me feel like a child again. So I expect more from Triple H because it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't, right? I've never been, after watching WrestlePalooza last night, or Bullshit Palooza, I've never been so disappointed by a show that I expected to disappoint me. That card on paper wasn't even bad, bro. It was actually a solid card on paper. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not expecting much because in 2025, WWE hasn't really done much to really make me, pop. But my God, that shit was deflating. And I felt this way about WWE a lot in 2025. Like it got to the point where yesterday, before All Out, I went ahead and watched HBK and Taker from 25 again to restore the feeling, to remind me why the fuck I fell in love with this shit. Because at this point, I'm literally watching Raw out of habit. I've been since April 23rd, 2007. Yes, I remember the episode. I have been watching this show week by week. If I don't watch the show live, I'm watching it later. That's how WWE has been a part of my life since I was 4.5 years old. And to see where it's at right now with how deflating this shit is makes me sad. Brock Lesnar and John Cena. It's not the fact that, like Malik said, I expected the match to be what it was. Beat by beat. The problem is, WWE, John Cena at this point has 5 dates left. 5. And you mean to tell me that's the match you produced? That, because clearly with what the fuck they did, I don't think the story is done either. I don't. I really don't. That's what the fuck you did? Mind you, Hangman and Kyle Fletcher are cooking at the same time during that fucking match. Cooking. And that's the bullshit you gave me. Wow. And like Cody and Drew was like, this is what people pay $30 for. And if you pay that $30, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. You deserve your money back. Because that was bullshit. What you got for $30 on HBO Max compared to what you got on ESPN for $30, night and fucking day. Because All Out, honestly, not a perfect show, but a very enjoyable show throughout. And another issue I have with WWE as well, you have 5 matches. Why are your shows going 3.5 hours when 3.5 hours into an AEW pay-per-view, we're already on damn near match 8? I have a problem. No.
I can answer that question. No, I was just going to answer the question.
Go ahead.
Because the fucking 15 minutes of commercials in between each match.
Why am I watching this many commercials for $30? Mind you, I didn't pay that shit. Thank God. Thank the man above for VPNs, because I'm not paying that shit. Like, it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic. The prices, and considering the fact that the TKO owner or whatever his fucking name is wants to keep upping prices despite the fact that the quality of the product is nowhere near when WWE was actually on fire. You want to keep upping prices because your bitch asses are still in $3 billion of debt. Fuck you. Fuck you. And there's gonna be some people to defend this shit. Fuck you too.
What you say fuck me for?
I hate you, G. But like, it's just flat out disappointing. It is flat out disappointing what the fuck they did. And the rest of that show, the mixed tag was fine. Io and Stephanie was fantastic. The women are damn near the fucking saving grace of this company. The women are the saving grace of this shit, bro. Like,
You wouldn't know it by the booking.
Right. But when they get in that ring, I'm rarely disappointed.
Yeah.
Rarely.
By the way, how dare you
better.
insult ESPN when I get to watch Southwest, Northwest, North Dakota State play volleyball against University of Miami Technical College, Mo, on a Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Fuck you, Mo. Go ahead,
man. Talk to
Mo.
me.
Mo, you're all in, Mo. You're all in.
Well, for me, I was watching All Out before I watched WrestlePalooza. And like Mo said, All Out was fun as hell. I had a good time. It felt like it was worth the money that, I mean, I didn't pay, but it was worth the money that someone in the Discord paid. And I thought it was great. It was a damn good time. And you transition because you were right. The Hangman match was going on at the same time as the Brock Cena match. I was more focused on the Hangman match. I watched Brock and Cena after and talk about a waste of time. Shouldn't even gone back and watched it. The Cody Drew thing, as a Cody guy, I expected more. I think Malik said it best. It wasn't a bad match in my opinion. I thought it was decent. I just expected more from it. When you have Cody and AJ doing what they did, Cody and KO doing what they did, I just expected more specifically from Drew and Cody. The mixed tag match, I'm going to be honest. I know they got some AJ Lee stands out there. I know they got the Becky stands out. It wasn't really for me. I'm not hating on it, but it just wasn't for me. The best match to me was Io and Stephanie. Loved what we saw for Stephanie. And I think Triple H, tried to cover his ass on why Stephanie didn't get a lot of good story leading up because she was sick. Okay, cool. If she was sick, sure. But now you better give her fucking story because she's the champion, and we better see her on Raw, and it better matter because, like Mo said, the women carry this company. But it was subpar pay-per-view at best.
Jay, it's your turn.
I know a lot of people in chat are expecting me to put the do-rag on. I'm not going to put the do-rag on because the do-rag is for when I'm over-the-top angry. I'm not angry because I put myself in these positions. Like, who do I really have to be angry at in this situation? But I'm going to go a different route in my examination of the show because you guys are going to tear these matches apart, and rightfully so. Even though I agree Stephanie and Io highlighted the night, and fuck that crowd for them being on their feet for everything else and sitting on their hands during that match. Seriously. And that's coming from me, who isn't even the biggest fan of Io. But for you to have that match going on in front of you and to sit on your fucking hands the whole time, piss out of here. So I'm going to talk about three things as quickly as I can in order of what I consider to be important. Number one, I really, really thought with this, with how much they hyped this thing up and for how excited they try to make everyone feel about this. When Triple H finished his little diatribe and the stage lit up, and I saw that we were still dealing with a color swap Raw stage, I gotta admit the disappointment started right there. Do you guys remember when we were kids and teenagers and how different every stage was? Judgment Day had the pendulum going back and forth, and fucking SummerSlam would have cars lined up along the stage, and
so good, bro. And
Great American Bash would have the beach set up, and Vengeance would have blood trickling. It's just, and now every stage they have except for WrestleMania feels like a color swap of Raw and SmackDown, and it's really disappointing. And I really, really hoped that they would put some effort into that. And I know that it's a cost-saving measure, but you think they would have learned from 5 years ago when they tried to get rid of fireworks as a cost-saving measure and how shit that made the shows. You think they would learn from that by now. But the shows aren't going to feel special until you start treating them like they're special. That's number one. Number two, I don't even know how to come at this one. I feel like I've meant to bring this up on the show in the last couple of weeks, and I haven't had the opportunity to do so. Regardless of how this match went, regardless of how it was booked, the fact that Brock Lesnar was in this position at all still bothers me a lot. And I know we are in a time and a place in the United States where a lot of people, even when you put facts right in front of their face, they don't give a shit. I just don't see how anyone can read the details of Brock Lesnar's even potential involvement in the abuse suffered at the hands of the employee, Janelle Grant, and still be okay with hooping and hollering every time he comes out. I just there's something about it that feels very, 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 very gross and wrong, that they continue to refuse to reprimand Brock Lesnar for his role in it. They say their independent investigators have found he did nothing wrong. Oh, everything's probably fine then. No, he was involved. It's been proven he was involved, and the fact that he is still allowed to just go out there and do what he does is really gross to me. But shouldn't really be surprised for a company that continues to sell more and more of its soul to Saudi Arabia, up to and including the point that we're about to have the worst WrestleMania in history in a couple of years, because these crowds in Saudi Arabia are not going to know how to do a WrestleMania. They're just not. The women are going to have to go out there dressed in head-to-toe rubber at the biggest show of their lives. A lot of people aren't going to be able to participate in the show because they're not allowed to go to Saudi Arabia. And so that's a couple of years down the line, but I guess it shouldn't surprise me that Brock Lesnar is allowed to do what he does. And then lastly, if the WWE ESPN partnership had occurred 5, 6, 7 years ago, honestly, I'd be really excited about it. But the fact that we have two sides to this, we have WWE coming in with declining popularity, declining show quality, injuries stacking up, and then we have ESPN coming into it from the Disney family of networks that have lost $4 billion over the past week because of political pressures. And that's the family they chose to join. And obviously the agreement probably was in place well before all this other political shit started. And we're not going to get political on this show, but I'm just saying we can't ignore that that's happening. That
you said Disney losing money?
Disney, ABC, and ESPN revenue shares are down $4 billion over the past week because of. I don't want to get into it.
We don't have to get into it. I just didn't know that.
It's bad.
Go and look it up, G. It's
okay.
Bad.
That's fine. I just didn't know.
So.
And JT, not to cut you off, your point about ESPN, they're at their worst point creatively as well.
Yeah.
Molly Kirib just left that bitch.
Not to mention the fact that even though ESPN, the production quality last night was tremendous, they've never looked better on screen, and that was to be expected. But if you think that WWE is going to get more edgy joining ESPN, got bad news for you. We're about to start backtailing towards a lot of the stuff on screen that we hated, because ESPN is the most family-friendly on-screen network in the world because they're owned by Mickey Mouse. So there's a lot to hate about last night, but when you really dig into it and really examine the new partnership and really examine why that show didn't work last night, it starts to get really, really depressing. So that's why I didn't wear the do-rag, because I'm not mad. I'm concerned, honestly, for the future at this point. Sorry to bum everybody out, but that's where I'm at.
Well, I knew Mo was gonna get into the Brock and Cena. I pretty much knew that was gonna happen. Side note was good. My G Maniacs. I saw a copy on the chat. 1-800 G Maniac. Yesterday, I decided to do something that I usually wouldn't have done. I said, you know what? I'm not going to watch AEW All Out. I said I'm not going to watch it because I know if I do, I'm going to look at that WWE show with sour eyes. Me and my pregnant fiance, we had a wonderful day out, got some food, ran errands, took a nap. I was like, I'm going to watch WrestlePalooza first. I'm going to watch that when it comes on. My ESPN was tripping for a little bit. I thought I had it. I guess I didn't. Had to get that going because I've had ESPN for years. So I finally get the show on. Took 15 minutes for the match to start because it was like 6:16, 6:17 when Brock Lesnar started, or when John Cena had made his entrance or whatever. And so yeah, the whole show went through. You're right, Jade. Why they got quiet for Stephanie and Io is beyond me. Don't understand that. I have a good amount of issues with the show, but you already talked about it. The only thing that y'all didn't talk about, I don't care. Okay, I don't care who your top guy is. I don't care who your biggest star are. There should have been absolutely positively no reason that men's tag match wasn't the main event. That's my personal opinion. No, it's AJ Lee's return match with CM Punk and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, your woman's GOAT. No reason that should have been the main event. For, let's be real, a pretty predictable match. As soon as Cody got taken out with that table, any common sense person who's been watching WWE for years knew that table was going to be the ultimate demise of Drew McIntyre. I thought that was pretty obvious. What I want to talk about, though, is bluntly, I think everybody in the chat, and not everybody's a hard-headed fan. Some people are just dumb. But all the real ball knowers and Wrestle Talk watchers, right? It's time for y'all to really look at WWE and accept what it is. Not to say you can't want things to be better, but y'all, everybody at one point has been in this situation in their life. You have a girl. She was great at the start. Y'all even hit a high. There was a day where you was like, man, I know this is gonna be the one. Then she stopped wanting to hang out as much. Then she stopped texting back as fast. Then, the little details that y'all was putting in and the little things y'all was focusing on, stopped worrying about the little things. Stopped caring as much about how she looked. Didn't really care to communicate as much. Was blowing things off. Wasn't even cooking as much. Right? That's what WWE is right now. We got to WrestleMania 40. And I compare it, ironically enough, because they work this company now, I compare it to Marvel all the time. Spider-Man No Way Home, one of the greatest and one of the worst things to ever happen to Marvel. Because yes, great moment, great peak, great everything. But then the long-term effects that happened after that really diluted the product. Because if you didn't get hella cameos and you didn't get hella this, the movie wasn't as good. The plot was dumb. WWE, we got to WrestleMania 40. Pinnacle. It's like the feeling you got when Thanos actually won is the same feeling you got when Cody finally won that world title. It was the exact same for me. The goosebumps, the surreal moment. Like the tears that were almost coming out of my eyes. Like that is a moment I'll never forget. Then they got comfortable. Then they stopped caring about the little things as much, like your mid-card division. Then they start really caring about the little details, like the fact that Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Jay Cargill have been repeat feuding for God knows how many months. The fact that you have a 5-match card, and you had more commercials than a Monday Night Raw or a Friday Night SmackDown. And you ain't have no backstage segments, not that I remember. You ain't have no promo segments in the ring, not that I remember. That's a problem. And so I think, to wrap up everything, if you look at how WWE is being presented to us now, ever since WrestleMania 40, and they hit this whole Paul Levesque era, ever since then, okay, WWE is not the WWE we love anymore. They've taken a step back. They still have good moments. They still have good things, don't get me wrong. I think we look at the big picture and sometimes we forget there's a lot of good things happening right now. Dominic Mysterio, that's a great thing happening right now. Stephanie Vaquer is your freaking world champion. That's amazing. Right now, granted, we know This Is My Brutality is going to hit Monday Night on Raw, but nevertheless, Stephanie Vaquer, she might go to Mania as the champion and have a great match with somebody returning. Or somebody, like, we might get something like that. Right? Charlotte is still getting babyface cheers. And it's how many months? You know what I mean? Like, there's good things happening. But it's not what it was. And I'm not even talking about NXT Black and Gold because that's pinnacle peak. You're never going to get that back. But just the consistency that you got in a week-to-week TV show leading up to 40. Just the consistency that you got in 2022, 2023. It's not there no more. And as much as you can blame TKO for some of their business decisions, because they business decisions about as bad as Vince McMahon booking decisions in 2019. Their business decisions are not good. Granted, okay, I get it, you're in debt. But if you're in debt, why would you buy a company? in debt while you're in debt, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, TKO was in debt before they bought WWE, right? So like, whatever. But Triple H, I've been probably your biggest defender on this show. That card could have, first off, that card should have been for sure 1,000% better. That card should have been 1,000, like, especially if you only have 5 cards. I get you can't control how many commercials they give you. I get you can't control who makes some business decisions. But you can book a better show. There's no way TKO is telling you can't book better shows. There's no way TKO is telling you can't have a good mid-card division. There's no way TKO is telling you that your Raw Tag Team Champions, does anybody remember who those are? Only reason I remembered is because Finn Balor walked into shot with the tag title on.
Yeah.
If he did not walk into shot with that tag title on, I would genuinely be scrambling my brain to figure out who the Raw Tag Team Champions are.
So what do you guys mean about these commercials? Because I wasn't watching on.
It was bad.
There's a lot of ads.
Let me tell you. After every match, you know how like usually if you watch on Peacock, they'll kind of do like the WWE promos. They'll do like a
like that.
Like a highlight of a superstar. They'll do a highlight of like say like their WWE shot, and then they might do like one more nigga pretty much on to the next match. These niggas took full USA Network 3.5-minute commercials, and then when they came back, still did the highlight segment of a superstar and WWEshop.com, and then Joe Test or Michael Cole looking over Las Vegas and highlighting the little dome thing where you can interact and watch. And
let me blow your mind.
And mind you,
if you had ad free, you still got them fucking ads, bro.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait. ESPN, and mind you, this is the other problem as well. ESPN, that little package that you can watch was $30. That was with ads, guys. That was with ads.
Salute.
That was with ads, guys.
Shout out.
That was with ads.
And it was the same Rock's fucking trailer, the whole fucking.
And when you're streaming, let me just be clear because a lot of people misconstrue what no ads means. If I'm streaming, I made a joke about it earlier, but if I'm streaming a televised volleyball event, right, and there's ads, I'm going to see the ads because it's basically just a restream of what's happening on cable. You're going to get ads in that situation,
right?
But this is not a restream of something happening on cable. This is a internet streamed event. There is no cable involvement here. And I can understand a 30-second Snickers ad every once in a while, like used to happen on WCW pay-per-views where they'd stop the action and run a thing for 1-800 stackers or whatever. But again, the shows already struggle to feel like anything more than just Raw 2.0. And when you're running 3-minute ad breaks in between every single match during what is called a premium live event.
So
yeah,
like correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, because I don't really watch UFC and boxing like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do they have commercial breaks?
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no.
Yeah, I don't watch.
And this is owned by the same company.
That Crawford Canelo fight, if that thing would have had ads, people would have went crazy.
Okay, but here's the thing though. In between, from whenever Crawford and Canelo started fighting, and the fight that happened before.
I mean, like maybe like Jade said, like maybe like a Snickers spot, but we going straight to it. Like we going straight to it after.
Right, because after being at a couple live shows, what I will give them credit at a couple live shows, depending on who's making their entrance, yeah, you need time for that. An Aleister Black entrance setup, yeah, you need a commercial break before you come in.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time.
You need a commercial break before you come into that. I can feel like when Seth and Becky did their entrance, I was like, see, that would have been a perfect time for a commercial because you got to set that up. You got to set that up, get everything in play. I feel y'all on that. Stephanie ain't need nothing crazy. Io ain't need nothing crazy. Why are we taking 15 minutes before we get to that?
G, this is literally the point. I articulated it badly, but this was the point I had on the Clash in Paris review or recap when we did that podcast.
Right.
The pacing of these pay-per-views suck. Like I was keeping track when I was watching All Out. We were on the third match by the end of the first hour.
Which credit to AEW because they usually don't do that.
we just started on the Usos and the Vision. Like, I want to say like 45, 50 minutes after the show started.
Oh. I'm with you, Mo, but also that was one complaint that nobody said that I did want to bring up. I'm sorry. I don't care how over they are. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. Please stop letting Jey Uso do the encore. And if you are gonna let him do the encore, stop making him take 15 minutes in the first entrance. Like,
can't wait till he turns.
Like, bro, he takes 15 minutes in the first entrance. First off, that promo, Jimmy was like, "Oh, we gonna get him lit." Just keep eating. I did not need you to take a mic and tell us we're gonna eat. Duh.
Yeah, and also, why'd you switch from the original Uso song?
Yeah, which was stupid. Which was stupid. Bro, they brought back the down. I was like, okay, we get
the better theme.
I'm like, theme. Bro, he stopped it. I'm like, are they about to bring somebody else out? What is going on?
Yeah, WWE doesn't.
Hey, who's ready to have a party?
WWE doesn't want to admit it, but Jey Uso's starting to lose some steam. He's still doing fine, but he's starting to lose some steam. That energy that's not there anymore like it was 6 months ago.
Oh,
but you're right. So either get rid of the encore or get to the fucking ring faster. Because that was ridiculous.
Please. And so my last thing that I'll say, and it's a kind of a side note, but it brings to the overall point. This is the reason why I say WWE is not. They're just not the person they are anymore, and we as fans need to decide what we're gonna do with. Like, I know me, I've said multiple times, unless I see us get back to 2019, 2018 WWE, there's probably nothing they're gonna do that's gonna make me stop watching. Like, I might watch a couple days later, like I've been doing. Like, I had to catch up on like 3 episodes before WrestlePalooza, but we have to decide whether or not this is something we want to deal with. Here's a prime example of what let me know, what made me reflect that WWE is not where we are. Mm-hmm. I've skimmed through the last, I want to say 3 episodes of SmackDown. Like, just skimmed through, fast forward. I watched a couple promos. I wanted to see what Melo, how they were going to handle that. And I wanted to see if Sammy was still Sammy Hogan. I've skimmed through those. I haven't seen Jacob Fatu on TV in any of those episodes. How Jacob Fatu is not on TV because of Solo Sikoa, just so that you can give Solo Sikoa and get him fed to Sammy Hogan a month and a half later. WWE is not where we are, because I'm sorry, there's no reason Jacob Fatu, right? It was already bad enough y'all fumbled Solo when Solo actually looked like he was going to be a dominant presence. But okay, we get it. He was feuding with Roman. Who's going to really want to see Solo over Roman, right? But Jacob Fatu showed up, and I was like, oh, this is what Solo was supposed to be. Athletic big guy who can move like a cruiserweight and has the charisma of a top star. Yeah. Has the charisma of a top star, and he's just not on TV.
And speaking of that, did they, because I watched the clips of SmackDown, did they completely dissolve the MFTs? Where
I hope so.
They're not on TV.
They're not on TV.
I haven't seen Solo on TV.
But hold on. But they did a segment where Solo was talking to Tongaloa, and the other two weren't there.
Yeah, I think they're out of the group now. It's
what happened?
Jeff Cobb beat Jeff Cobb.
Well, the older
Hikuleo off my TV.
Hikuleo is injured. He got hurt, so he's off. And then Jeff Cobb, I think he's just going to be doing his own thing now. So
good.
So he was with
Tongaloa and nobody else. Because
when Tama Tonga comes back, it's going to be them 3.
He told Tongaloa he was going to make him a champion. So Tama
still going to be with that group?
Yeah, he's with Tongaloa. Yeah, they're a team.
But last time, I thought, see, this is the thing. When they made that 4, I was like, oh, they're going to bring Tama Tonga back to be with Jacob Fatu, because they was running a little 2-man with Solo disappeared.
No, Jacob is going to be doing his own thing for now on. He probably would.
But I didn't think, so Tama Tonga just going to go back to that group.
It's going to be Tama Tonga and Tongaloa as a team, and then Tala Tonga, when he comes back from injury, Hikuleo, he'll probably be there as well, but he's hurt right now, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, because it doesn't matter, because like I said, they're not going to be on TV. SmackDown.
I was just confused because you talked about how they did that to build up Solo, and now they've completely dissolved the MFTs because they did that promo segment, and Solo was literally just talking. The whole segment was Solo telling Tongaloa that he was going to make him a champion for his loyalty, and Tongaloa said, "I love you, Solo," and then it ended.
Yeah,
that was it.
Now with the Jacob thing, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's just not on TV. I don't
Even
know.
though I don't wish injury, I hope it's because he's hurt. I hope and pray it's because he's hurt.
That better be the reason.
Yeah, I hope it's not because of something else.
Because if he's just healthy and he's just chilling backstage, they ain't got nothing they can do for him. Yeah, bro.
If I don't see him this Friday, I'm gonna be like,
bro, I'm not gonna lie. If you matter of fact, I'm gonna go see what's going on because it's like
the
3 weeks in a row.
fact. And this is me talking, and I'm not. You guys know I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to, Japan, Ring of Honor, Independence, that sort of thing. But the fact that they booked Jeff Cobb into a situation where American crowds are telling him you can't wrestle, like, come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I just read. I don't know how true this is. So somebody saying, where the heck is Jacob Fatu? Don't tell me WWE put him in the doghouse or something. This was 3 days ago, mind you, so last Friday. He beat Rusev in a dark match on SmackDown last week. We've relegated this nigga to dark matches on SmackDown? Y'all can't do nothing with this nigga, but he on dark matches? Are we fucking serious?
Maybe it's like a rehab thing. Maybe like when pitchers go out and when a starting pitcher goes out and pitches an inning, maybe it's a rehab start. Maybe it's a rehab.
Someone said if Tonga Loa and Solo become tag champs, we're kidnapping Road Dogg. Y'all stupid, boy.
Yeah, so the way G hit a lot of good points, everybody hit a lot of good points. The way I've always watched WWE through my entire life, I've just always, I guess, understood that there's going to be good periods, bad periods, and there's always going to be things that I don't like. So the things that I don't like, I just don't pay attention to it most. I just don't.
You can't make everybody happy.
Yeah, I just don't. I won't watch it. I'll just skip through it, because wrestling fans are all going to like different stuff. People like different superstars. People are going to want certain people to get pushed. So you can't always get the people that you want to get pushed, in the top spot. You can't always get what you want because you have to appeal to so many people, So, if people up here don't like Jey Uso and don't feel like he's a main event guy because of his wrestling ability, that's valid. But there's also people who do like him. So you have to you got to figure out a balance between both sides. He has his fans, then he has people who don't like him. So if you don't like him being the world champion, just don't pay attention to what he's doing. Then just watch whatever else you like on the roster. There's always going to be periods like that through WWE where it's going to be good, where it's tolerable, and then it's going to be at a point where it's not really where you want it to be. It's kind of reminds me of right now where we're at. Kind of reminds me how I guess people felt when it moved to PG, when it went from Ruthless Aggression to PG era. A lot of people felt that when it went to PG, just because it had the PG name attached to it, the company changed, which it did. It was changing. No more blood in matches, no more violence opposed to what it used to be. Like, the company was just changing and people weren't ready to accept that change opposed to what they grew up on, the Attitude Era, the ECW time from in the 90s, the Ruthless Aggression era, they weren't ready to accept that change for what it was. And like G said, right now the WWE has changed with TKO. It's in a changing period right now, and you either are going to have to accept it or not accept it. It's one of the two. If you don't want to accept it, that's your choice. You don't have to watch it, but if you're going to continue to watch, you just have to accept the change is happening whether you like it or not. This is what it's going to be for who knows how long until it changes again. And it can always be better. As fans, we always want it to be better. So you can always voice your opinions and speak on how you want it to be better because you genuinely want the show to be good. Nobody wants to watch the show for it to be ass. You want to be able to watch it and be good, but consistently, it won't always probably be that way. So you really just kind of have to evolve with the evolution per se. That's what I've kind of always done watching in my whole life. I've always been able to just evolve when it changes. I understand, okay, this is a changing period. This is what we're getting now. I don't compare what we get now to opposed to what we got back then. I understand that when we grew up, the stages and everything were different and it was fun to watch. That's not where we're at anymore. That's the past. I don't live in the past. I can't reflect on the past because we're not living in 2005. We're living in 2025 now. So what we had back then it's not going to be this era. Every era is going to be different, so what you had in the Attitude Era wasn't what, you had in the New Generation era. What you had in the Ruthless Aggression era wasn't what you had in the PG era. When you had in the era after the PG era wasn't what you had in 2018, 2019 when it was really bad. So things are always going to change and evolve. Of course, I feel like there are always things that you grew up on that you want to be a part of wrestling, like the stage changes, the theme songs of the intros of the show, stuff like that. Like those are things that you grew up on and you felt were good and beneficial to the product. So you're like, hey, this was good stuff. Why not continue that trend? But they changing and adapting, and for whatever reasons are. I mean, there's people who are going to grow up in this era and think this is the best era because it's what they grew up on. What different do they know? So I feel like the evolving of changing, adapting and stuff is always kind of, to me, very important when you watch certain things, or just the expansion of life. That's just how life works, right? Like things are always going to continue to evolve within life. I mean, technology now, what we had even 10 years ago is more advanced. You know what I mean? Go back and look at some of them PS4 graphics on games opposed to now. Thought them PS4 graphics was it can't get no better. How can they possibly upgrade from this? Now you look at it now, it's like, bro, how can you there's no way they can get better now with the PS5 graphics. Like,
I don't know how. I don't know how they do it.
And then the PS6 probably gonna be even crazier. You know what I mean? So it's like things will always continue to change. Sometimes the change isn't what people want, and sometimes the change isn't always good, but that's just how life works, right?
But okay, so here's my follow up to that, because I understand what you're saying, but there are things that are allowed to change, and you're right. When they change, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to adapt or stop watching. Right? I understand that, but when the things that are stuck in the past are this vital to your business model and to the audience that you're targeting, it's not up to the audience to just suck it up, Buttercup. That's not how anything works in business. So when I see WWE completely disregarding, for instance, the comfort and safety of the women on their roster because they want to do business and get blood money from Saudi Arabia, or allow Brock Lesnar to just trollop about the locker room. And you say, oh, well, that they didn't respect women 30 years ago either. Yeah, but it's time for WWE to grow up and to change how they do things. And for them to say, oh, back when we were the most successful, there was energy in our crowds, and our sets were unique, and our shows were well booked, and we didn't do a 3-minute ad between every match. Oh, but let's just get rid of all that shit and fuck the enjoyment of the audience, I guess. There are things that I believe are not the audience's responsibility to just get over. Because when you start throwing down hurdles in front of your target audience, making it harder for them not only to access your stuff, going from the network for $10 a month to Peacock for $10 with a limited library, now to ESPN for $30 and no library, not only are you making it harder to access what you have, you're making it less enjoyable to even watch it when you are able to access it because of your relationships with Saudi Arabia, because you continue to book Brock Lesnar even though everything's going on with him, because you continue to utilize booking patterns and booking behaviors that were in place 6 years ago that didn't work 6 years ago, so why the hell would they work now? So, yes, you have to adjust to certain things. You have to adjust to the times. You have to accept the fact, as a Dolph Ziggler fan, that your favorite guy is not always going to get the treatment that you believe he deserves. All of that you're absolutely right. But I don't think it's going to do anybody any good to hold WWE blameless in that matter, and to allow them to just continue to do whatever they want to do for the sake of money or for whatever reasons they are doing it. Because that's when I get pissed off, is when Triple H is swimming in his pool of money saying, oh, they're going to watch anyway. Keep watching. Follow the story. And to use that as an excuse to just do whatever you want on and off screen, that shit don't fly with me. So it works both ways. Yes, we have to adjust, but I also think it's fair to expect a company like WWE that's been around for as long as they have been around to recognize when things aren't right or when things aren't working. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, so I agree. It definitely goes both ways. One thing I definitely want to point out, so when it comes to the Saudi Arabia stuff, people definitely have to accept and adapt that that's going to happen. Saudi Arabia is working with every sports promotion now. It's not just WWE. They're holding an NFL event out there next year. They've done boxing and UFC for years. They're holding the World Cup in a couple years. Like, Saudi Arabia is moving up, not just with WWE. They're adapting to all sports in America. So WWE just been on the trend for years, because they probably realize this is what's going to happen for the future. And of course, the money's there. Now, yes, you can talk about them selling their souls to the Saudi blood money, but realistically, when you're a business and they're offering you $300 million, nobody's turning that down. Let's be honest. It's $300 million right there. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that's going to benefit your pockets and your product, despite whether fans like it or not. We're talking $300
It's not about the fans. It's about the women on the roster. That's
who says some of the women don't mind it though. We can't speak for them. Like, we can't speak for all the women though. Like, we don't know how the women genuinely feel. Like, some of them may not like it. Some of them may like it. There are women who go over there now and wrestle for the events. And they've been doing it for Bianca. They said Bianca's done like 10 shows over there now. So we don't know how the women necessarily feel about going over there, but it's gonna happen though.
Because we're not allowed to ask because it's just that we're going down a rabbit hole because the kingdom of Saudi Arabia is anyway. It's something else entirely that we just are not equipped to.
Yeah, it's something else. It's something else. I mean, if you know the culture and stuff about Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, of course, there's those are concerns to be by. But like I said, we don't know how some of the people feel about it.
And I should be clear, just in case anyone misconstrues what I'm saying, it's not the people of Saudi Arabia. It's not the people of Saudi Arabia that I have a problem with. I just want to make that clear.
Not all of them.
I won't say anything else. But it is not it is not the general public of Saudi Arabia that the people that go to these shows seem to be super into it, right? Aside from that first one, which we all try to forget. But the crowds that go to these shows seem to be legitimate, excited wrestling fans. But it's everything else around it. So that's my problem with it.
And there was a point someone said in the comments, right? They said genuinely no disrespect. And there was none taken. They said fans complain and we still watch. And look, I get what you're saying. I get what you mean. But at the same time, us up here, number one, is kind of our job. Right? It's kind
I want it to be my job. I want it to be
it's kind of our job to analyze the product and give our opinions on it. But also, I think it's also a thing like I mentioned earlier, like I've been watching Raw and watching WWE since 2007. Like, it's been a part of my life. Wrestling is damn near my life at this point. Like, we complain because we want to see it. We want to see it get better. I stuck around through 2018 and 2019, hoping and praying it would get better. And look what happened. 2022, 2023, 2024. Some of my favorite time periods as a wrestling fan because I stuck it out. But I complained during those bad times because I wanted to see it get better. And when I get on here and I voice my opinion and I speak on the things I don't like, is because I want to see them improve because I know they can improve. There's certain things like Malik said, you got to adapt with some of the shit, that they change. Like the stages, they're never going to bring back custom stages at this point. Like they could, they're just not going to do it. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about it, even though I would love if they brought that back. But there's certain things about the creative that I hate that I'm going to complain about because I want to see it change. That's all it is.
You always want to see it adapt and be better. I mean, nobody wants to watch anything bad that they care about. If you play a video game and the first series of the game is amazing and the second one comes out and it's trash, and then they make a third one, I'm still gonna play the third one, even though the second one was trash. But I've already been a fan of the series, So
I mean, shoot, 2K ain't ran out of business yet.
That's a fact.
2K ain't ran out of business yet.
I got 2K16 fired up right now.
Bro. 2K, Madden. I mean, shoot, you know how many people still waiting on GTA 6? And they've been delaying that for ages. I could have swore I think it's been 8 years. When did GTA 5 come out? 16,
GTA 5 came out
17?
2013.
That was
13.
13.
Yeah. Right. So the reason why I said 16, 17, because I remember them talking about GTA 6 when I graduated high school. I'm about to have my high school reunion.
I'm unking out. I was 23 years old when that game came out.
23.
I was 20.
I didn't even start middle school yet.
I was in high school, bro.
I had just graduated high school when GTA 5 was out.
2016, I was my freshman year. I was a freshman.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Wait, let me see the exact date on when that shit dropped. Y'all can.
Well, I mean, things like I said, things are always going to change. Like I said,
I just started.
Madden, people are always going to buy Madden, right? No matter how good and bad the games are. 2K, like
not me.
WWE games, like those games are always going to sell because it's been a tradition for years, though. Like people expect the games to come out every year, and if let's say 2K next year they said, hey, we're not doing the games anymore, there legit would be people who would riot about that. Like, what? We need a 2K game. We're not gonna play basketball game anymore. Like, what we need that game, bro. Like,
shit.
so
Not me. I'm playing NBA Street.
Can I just say too, and I know that you guys are probably going to want to spend some time on AEW. When you do, I'll probably drop out because I didn't watch it. I can't contribute. But has anyone else's goodwill ran out for Triple H at this point? As far as
that's a good question.
The goodwill, because we gave him a lot of goodwill when he came on.
Yes or no?
And the more I think about it, a lot of the great stuff we were kind of giving him credit for was leftover stuff from Vince McMahon, like the bloodline that started during Vince McMahon's era, right? And Triple H did okay, and he did great at a lot of things at first. He improved it. The tag team division got better. The women's division got better. But at some point, the balance just gave way. And like someone like Julia, who doesn't feature at all week to week, your tag team championships are a joke because they never get defended. They can't decide if the Wyatt Six are good guys or bad guys. So I think my goodwill with Triple H has run out, and I feel like as a collective, at some point we need to start holding him accountable for his bullshit because.
100%.
I felt that way when he said that Stephanie shit, bro, about her being sick. I was like,
well,
I don't know if I believe you.
I'm not going to do that when it comes to people being, because not a lot of people. I mean, and the reason why I'll never really say anything about like when people are off TV, which is why I'm saying even though I never wish this, I hope it's like an injury or something for Jacob, is the Bray Wyatt situation. If I'm being honest, nobody knew what was wrong with him. They just knew they pulled him out. Hey, we're pulling Bray Wyatt out. He had a situation that was eventually going to take his life. Not a soul knew. And WWE respected their decision not to tell anybody. So I'm never really going to doubt that, right? I'm not going to question that because I think the Bray Wyatt situation really kind of showed me, okay, you guys aren't, I mean, I know it's bare minimum, but you guys are pieces of shit human beings. Right, but because I'm pretty sure there was a good amount of people wondering, where's Bray Wyatt? Where's Bray Wyatt? Why aren't you using him? Criticizing him for not using Bray Wyatt, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, so that I will say. But Jay, to answer your question specifically, you're right. The biggest thing that we talk about in when Triple H took over is the bloodline stuff. Yes, that is left over from Vince McMahon, but I don't give Vince or Triple H credit for that because that was mainly booked by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns pretty much had 100% control. So when Roman Reigns went part-time, would have went part-time with Vince too, right? Like, so that's kind of where I feel on that. But
he already started
the goodwill overall, I think I'm only going to speak for me. I definitely jumped the gun. I said, oh my gosh, we're getting black and gold NXT TakeOver. Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get Peak. I said, run Johnny and Tommaso Ciampa back right now. Run it the exact same way. Don't change nothing. Run it back. Like the whole story, run it back, right? So I know I definitely jumped the gun. And okay. This isn't. And then Vince came back and it was like, oh my gosh. Yikes, this is the dark time. And then he left, and I was like, okay. Once he left the second time, I was like, okay, this is what I need to see. This is where I need to kind of gauge Triple H as a booker on the main roster. And I think the standard for a good show definitely elevated. He raised the floor of what WWE was. But we all, and I think rightfully so, expected him to hit his ceiling. And I think he's only got to his ceiling for like a couple months. I think he's only hit his ceiling for a couple months. He just keeps staying at that floor. And as of late, he's kind of lowering his floor. So my goodwill, yes, has ran out. But I also look at it like, I think we also gave him a lot more credit off rip. Which, again, rightfully so. If I saw somebody, right, it's kind of like a draft. If I see Joe Burrow in college do exactly a year, I don't think he's going to come into the league and suck, right? If Andrew Luck, that generational talent quarterback that he was at Stanford, why would I think you're going to go into the league and suck? You know, so it's like, yeah, I'm expecting you to come in and go stupid, right? I expected Caleb Williams to look a lot better than he did because he was doing crazy stuff in college, and he literally has a coach that saved Jalen Hurts' career. When he saved Jalen Hurts' career, I said, "Oh my gosh, there's nothing this man can't do." So with Triple H, I think after what I saw in NXT, I think it was right that I expected him to come bring some Pete back to the main roster. But now it's like, okay, we kind of gave you that leeway. We gave you the Vince pass. We gave you the kind of transition to TKO. We've been in TKO for about 2 years now, gang. We about to hit a second Mania, technically, or a third Mania under your watch. This will be a third Mania under your watch.
And now he's got 3 of the best European wrestlers in the world playing the same character named after a coffee, bro. I
don't care anybody say that. Grande shit fire, bro. That shit working.
Oh no,
it's just Ludwig.
I'll give him El Grande.
Sure.
Yeah, the El Grande shit is working, bro.
I just want to say I give Ludwig all the credit in the world for taking what I consider to be a stupid fucking concept and making the most out of it. Like, I'm not mad at Ludwig, but now to have 3 Grandes and to have Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, 2 of the best technical wrestlers in the world, 2 wrestlers that Triple H himself 9 years ago stood in front of everyone and said these guys are the future, and now they're wearing masks.
They've wasted those 2.
Anyway,
wasted those 2.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
No. I mean, I feel you. I was just saying, like, I really think it's more so like we've kind of given you the time, and we're just waiting for more.
Right.
And that's why I let off saying maybe this is as good as it's gonna get.
That's what I'm
like. Maybe that's what it is.
I feel like Triple H is in a position where things could be better, but I really feel like TKO is the one that changed the entire landscape. Look how WWE was before TKO got involved. Look at 2022, 2023. WWE was good. It was fun to watch. It was exciting.
It's true.
TKO came around. Everything changed. It hasn't really been the same. After WrestleMania 40, that's when people started to say, like, things feel a little bit different. I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same anymore. And even though TKO was around for WrestleMania 40, after Mania 40 is when things really started to switch and change. We already know Triple H can be a good booker. People can talk about how bad his booking is now and everything, but the reason NXT was able to succeed a lot was because Triple H had full control of what NXT was. It was his vision. It's already been said that Vince didn't even watch the shows. He didn't care enough to even watch the shows. So they could do whatever they wanted in NXT, and that's why when people would come up to the main roster, Vince was changing them because he didn't understand who they were. He didn't know their presentation. He didn't understand why this person was as over as they were or what their backstory was. He was changing them based off what he felt was best for them and how he saw them. NXT was great for us because that's what Triple H's vision of what he wanted it to be. So he had full capacity to be able to do the things that he wanted to do down there in NXT. Not to mention, the NXT crowds are way different than the main roster crowds. Way different. Completely different. It's been shown that for years. There are people who come up to the main roster and some people are clueless why this person is important because there are people who watch Raw and SmackDown but don't watch NXT. So when somebody like Shinsuke comes up to the main roster and Shinsuke gets fumbled, some people genuinely don't care because they didn't understand it. People like us were like, bro, that's crazy how you messed that up. Like, Shinsuke was right there. He could have been one of the biggest baby faces of that era, but there are people who don't even watch NXT, so they didn't even understand why Shinsuke was as popular or as important as he was. I feel like TKO coming in, they have a power that is going to shift certain things in WWE that Triple H may not be able to voice and really do much about. He kind of just has to do his part, but also has to go with the flow of what TKO was going to do as well, because Triple H doesn't own the company. I think some people, for some reason, confuse that aspect. I see it through social media all the time. Triple H isn't the owner of WWE. He's not the chairman. He doesn't have full control over the company. He doesn't have the final say over everything like Vince did. Like, everything was ran through Vince for decades. Whatever happened was Vince's decision, and that's what it was. Triple H is head of creative, and he has a power and a voice to do certain things for sure, but he's not the only voice sitting there. He's not the one who makes the final decision. You got TKO who's involved, and you have other people on the board who also have a say and want to appeal to certain things as well. I genuinely feel like if TKO wasn't involved, them ticket prices wouldn't be as high as they are right now. I think Triple H. I think Triple H understands the aspect of, hey, not everybody can afford those type of prices. So let's make them prices affordable for the families and stuff like that, because WWE.
I guarantee TKO goes away.
Yeah, WWE is a family-oriented show.
Straight back down.
Right back down.
WWE is a family-oriented show, so I think Triple H understands that aspect. But TKO is looking at the money. They want the money and the value for the revenue, so they upping them ticket prices. That's one thing that I think he can't really say much for. The booking can always be better, and there are certain decisions. This year has been the worst Triple H's booking career so far on the main roster by far.
By far,
It's been his worst year. I do feel like he deserves some blame on his end, like Jade said. There are things that definitely he could do better, but in the end, I also feel like TKO being involved has changed a lot of things of WWE. It goes back to the point we made before. The TKO era is what is changing for WWE. I don't think it's Triple H per se. It's the TKO involvement. That's what people realize they have to adapt to or to stop watching. They're involved now, and they're going to change certain things that people aren't going to like. But there's not really much we can do about it on that end. So you either have to adapt or just stop watching. Triple H, I feel like, is, I don't know, he's in a middle balance where I feel like he wants to do certain things that he can do, but there's also things that he has to do because of things that the higher ups want to do for money value. Like the Brock Lesnar thing might not have been his decision. That might have been a TKO thing. Like, hey, can we bring Brock Lesnar back? He's a draw. He brings money in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that we can do. I don't know if that's his decision or not his decision, but I feel like there are certain things that are above him still that he doesn't really have full control over, because on the main roster, the main reason I never thought NXT was going to transfer over is the main roster crowds are different. They have bigger sponsors on the main roster. The money is bigger on the main roster. So there's certain things, and there are certain superstars that were successful in NXT, but aren't going to really be the same on the main roster. You know what I mean? I was never mad that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa stayed in NXT for as long as they did. Stay down there as long as you can, because you'll be more relevant down there than you will ever be on the main roster. And it's been shown like that. Obviously, there's certain people that are going to come up that they want to use, Braun Breaker and stuff like that. But those are people that they already know that they see visions for. Hey, that's one of our next guys right there. Stephanie, she's one of our next top stars right there. But when somebody like, JC Jane comes up, I don't really think she's going to be doing much. I'm not going to lie to you. She's going to be sitting back there lost, like even certain people that you see superstar them in, like a Javon Evans. He's good for NXT, but main roster, I'm not really sure what he's going to look like on that main roster. I'm not going to hold you. I'm kind of concerned for him, There are certain people that I see potential in, like Obafemi. I definitely see a spot for him. I feel like he has the look, the charisma, everything. Braun Breaker was inevitable, but there are certain people that you see on that NXT roster that you like right now, but when they come up from NXT to the main roster, when they come up, I'm not really sure they're going to be what you think they're going to be.
So Sol Ruka, the Mafia guys, there's a couple of guys on NXT that I'd be concerned about going over on the main roster.
Definitely Tony.
I would even say Trick Williams too. Like they can't even get Carmelo.
Well, no. Trick Williams. I mean, I'm glad he's kind of found his footing again. Ironically, because they put him back as a heel. But yeah, Trick Williams, that was cool. A little underdog. Like, hey, you beat Ilya, great, cool, fine, whatever. Never believed in that.
Unless he pairs with Melo again, that might be a good spot for him. But like, I'm looking at it like. Yeah, the Trick Williams, the movement, the whoop that trick could be cool and stuff too. But like, I don't look at it as like a Jey Uso situation where like,
no, it won't be as big as Jey Uso, but it'll get over enough. But he's got to be a heel. He's got to be a cool heel, and that's my thing. Like, I think there's some people we may disagree on. Like, I think Sol Ruka, if Lyra could get over, granted thanks to Becky, but if Lyra could get over with that crowd doing the bird chant, Sol Ruka gonna be fine. Sol Ruka gonna be fine because she can do things in the ring that other people can't. Like Baby Osprey, baby Ricochet, whatever you want to call her.
And don't underestimate the power of the Gooners, bro. They're gonna get someone like that.
Also true.
The Gooners, bro. The power of the Gooners.
Are you ready for Ilya Dragunov to come back as El Grande Bueno?
Bro.
Nah, Ilya's El Grande would be nice.
What if he does? What if Ilya comes back as an El Grande?
I will say.
What if he does, bro?
If Ilya comes back with an El Grande mask, then I'm on board. You got to erase You can't put Ilya in a mask, bro.
Oh my god!
You shouldn't be putting Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne in a fucking mask.
G, look me in the eye.
You shouldn't, but they weren't really doing anything.
Tell me that's not something you're afraid of now. Tell me that's not something you're afraid of now. Tell me I haven't created that fear in you. Because you know it might happen, bro.
I can't stand you. I fucking can't stand you.
You know it might happen.
They really might do it for real. They really might do it for real. Now, the only thing that gives me hope with Ilya not doing that is because he was a face last time he left. And I think he's going to be like somebody to help out. I think he's going to come and attack Braun Breaker. because that's who took
No,
him
it was
out.
Gunther.
At least I think
No,
that's
Gunther.
who was feuding with before.
It was Gunther? No, I
Yeah, he
wait.
tore his AC.
I thought it was
he
Braun
got
Breaker.
injured.
I thought it was feuding with Braun Breaker
No, he got
when.
injured in a match with Gunther on
On
a
a
house
house
show.
show.
They literally put it on TV. Yeah.
Oh, it was
No,
on
but
a
they put it on
house
TV.
show,
No, but they
though. I'm
mentioned
talking
on
about
TV.
Ink.
The
No,
last
but
Raw
Ink,
thing,
no,
it
I
was
know, but
Braun
Ink
Breaker.
Ace-
It was.
Who? Yeah, I was like the last thing he was because that's when Braun Breaker
Yeah,
took out
facts.
Ricochet. That was the
That was
feud he
the
was
same
in,
thing?
right? So yeah, yes,
Oh, the
yes.
same
Ilya was literally
Yeah,
the
he
middleman.
was like the
Ilya was the
guy that
middleman.
took over for Ricochet. He
My
was like,
bad.
"I'm gonna fight for
My
you."
bad.
I listen.
Yeah,
I
he was
agree.
defending Ricochet's
I agree
honor.
with Mo saying that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I mean, Louis Kaiser's too good to be in a mask too, but he making it work for what it is, right?
He making
So,
it work at least.
I feel you on. I feel you on Tyler
Hey,
Bate and
can
Pete
you-
Dunne, but if this can get them on TV doing something at least, because they weren't doing nothing. You know, they literally had a return on TV after Tyler Bate came back from injury, lost the match, and were never seen again.
Never
on TV
seen
together.
again.
So
Next time you saw Tyler Bate was
Make
on
that
Soul
the
Ruthless.
thing.
this could be.
TikTok.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm not saying they don't deserve better. All I'm saying is that we could look at this 3 months from now and be like, this shit working. You know what I mean? And they making this shit work. If Louis Kaiser can make it work,
but yeah, but like, and that's why when I look at it, like, yeah, like I think you can make anything work into, because I've said this for years now. These WWE crowds are different. All you really need is some good matches in time, and anything can get over. You just have to make them credible. I mean, shoot, let's be real. Let's be real. Even before he cut that promo after Mania, Karrion Kross was getting some cheers. People wanted to see Karrion, but they didn't do nothing with it, right? I disagree. Even though I think, yes, NXT back then were for sure different, I still think you can run that style, because the second Triple H took over, what he started doing? That Tommaso Ciampa US title match that he had when Tommaso Ciampa kind of went back to old Tommaso, niggas love that shit.
they
Johnny
could run
Gargano,
that.
when he first came back, niggas was rocking with that shit.
They could run that
and that
style,
was
but
black and gold NXT.
I feel like they could run that style, but I just don't think it'll work as much when the crowds are just different. I feel like if people watch NXT more, it would work more. But when there are people who genuinely watch WWE, but they don't even watch NXT, which has been the best show they've had for years, it's different.
But when I'm talking about they can run the same style, Cody Rhodes can put on an NXT style match. Now the other people like Jey Uso, probably not. So yeah, there's gonna be some drop offs with a couple of people. You're not gonna get them type of matches. Like the match quality, that's not what I'm really talking about for real. I'm not really talking about match quality all the way. I think some people can do it. Like I think you can put like your top contenders right now, other than maybe Jey Uso, I think can all give you an NXT takeover style match. That's not what I'm really talking about though. I'm talking about just the consistency in depth and stories. Everybody felt credible. There wasn't too many people that you put in a title match and didn't feel credible. Like EC3, all right, cool, whatever. Right? Kind of do. All right, cool, whatever. But like when Matt Riddle went up for a title, hey, if he wins here, wouldn't be shocked. If even though Pete Dunne never won the world title, when he fought for it, it was like, hey, they wanted to give it Pete Dunne, wouldn't be shocked, right? Like, I mean, shoot, all the people they've made NXT champion, right? There's so many people, even in NXT right now, especially in the women's division, who all feel credible. JC Jane, they're giving her a run, and I appreciate that. They're not making her like one-off transitional champion, even though she keeps getting pinned. But if Jada finally win that title, wouldn't be shocked. Lola, I know she's not gonna win it, but like, or I know she didn't win it, but like, if Lola eventually finally got it, wouldn't be shocked. If they would have gave it to Blake Monroe, if they give it to Jordan Grace, or if Stephanie come back and win the title back off her, wouldn't be shocked. Like, there's so much depth, and I think it's because of the way they book. It's because of the way they book. You can book like that on the main roster.
I'm shocked though that Jordan Grace. I'm a little bit off topic, I guess, but I'm shocked that Jordan Grace hasn't. I thought they were going to put the rocket on her immediately. I'm a little bit.
I thought she was going straight to the main roster.
Because people already know her. I think they're trying to give JC some time. I think they're trying to give her some time.
I will say though,
and people already knew about Jordan Grace before because of the Roxanne stuff, so she'll be all right.
I will say, we've had an hour and a half of great conversations, but we got to give more attention to All Out because that show was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
we need to give some praise to that show because there's somebody in the comments talking about nobody watches AEW. You should.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
stop
I
accepting
didn't.
mediocrity.
So,
Hey, because Mo, we back in the era. I feel like we back in the era where AEW is the best TV, and you got guys that like, please send me back to NXT. The fact that we're back in the time where main roster guys on the Triple H are wanting to go back to NXT and probably begging.
Did you see
OT,
Finn Balor at
it's a
Homecoming?
problem.
Immediate or
I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Restored.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm literally going to watch it tomorrow.
Literally
So-
immediate aura restored.
so
I
I'm
was like,
just,
who
I'm,
is this guy?
I'm just gonna say, and I'm gonna tell chat, I haven't watched AEW All Out. I probably will, but I'm probably just gonna have to go and find highlights on YouTube or something because I can't afford
Skip the
to-
first 2 matches. Skip the
Okay,
first 2.
I remember that.
Mhm.
But so
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off because I don't want to disrespect it by just sitting here because I didn't really watch it. So I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
All right, Jay.
All right, Jay. Hey, wait. Why do you have CM Lee? Why do you have CM Lee? I meant to ask you that.
What is it?
Is he a Punk fan now?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, you have CM Lee down.
Oh
there.
no,
Like,
I just think it's funny that CM Punk's gimmick was AJ Lee's husband.
Oh,
Made him look like the bitch that he is.
Oh,
wow, what?
That's all
Come
it is.
on, he can't love his wife now.
That's
That
crazy.
last one was a little bit fun. I'm delving into.
He's
the
a
CM
good
Punk
husband,
story.
man.
That's all it is.
He's a
Yeah.
good husband. Yo.
Oh, but the
Oh,
comments
man.
are
Yeah.
right.
This is the
MJF
background.
and Mark Briscoe started the incredibleness that was,
That was
all
good.
out.
That was
Bro.
good.
That was
Oh,
wild.
Those are some of the
Um,
biggest tacks I've seen in my fucking life, and they were just in his
Yeah,
head,
that was nuts.
bro. I
That
like,
was
Right.
nuts.
Bro, especially when he
so-
was grinding his face in the. Oh my god.
yes.
Hey, so I genuinely want to ask, and this isn't even me to be mean, even though my face is gonna make it seem like I'm trolling, but this is a genuine question, like genuine. Y'all really see Mark Briscoe as like a top single star, or are we still
Fuck
just
no.
kind of?
You know,
Are we still just kind of giving him the? Are we still just kind of giving him the? I don't want to say here, nigga, damn, but are we just kind of giving them like, oh, we feel bad, so we're gonna push you?
He's the dude that puts people over, bro. Like he had to get a win. He's been losing so many times, putting people over.
Easy.
The
just
win
give
he
him a
should
win.
the win he gets shouldn't be over MJF. I'm sorry.
I agree. No, I agree. I was upset last night about that as well, and I was like, well, damn. But let me.
But
It's
Mark
because
Briscoe's still
MJF
like
going
that,
on his
though.
honeymoon.
Is
MJF's
he?
getting written off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
for
that.
sure.
Yes, he's still like that.
Like that's what I'm asking, because me personally,
I don't see him as world
and
champion.
I really do not mean to be disingenuous and rude, but I really feel like he really just kind of like, oh, we feel bad, so we're gonna push you.
Mark Briscoe's.
And that's what it
really
feels
good.
to me.
He
So
hasn't
like
fallen
when
off
I
as a
see
talent.
him win these matches,
Oh, what up, Phil?
and when I see him
Hey.
go over on people, or like to me, Mark Briscoe should be getting beat 9 times out of 10. Like I don't.
Oh, I
I
don't agree
don't-
with that off the bat.
Seven times out of 10. Because like for example, Mo, when they put him in like the Continental Classic, and like let's say he's in a
Taking
bracket
pins,
with like
for sure.
Swerve, Jay White, who's
And
old
Prada
boy that
Fiend
was
in the
in
chat, he made a
that
good
was
point.
that,
He
who's
made
old
a
boy
good
that
point.
was in the chat? What's it called? That not in the chat. That was in the group with Aleister Black. Where Brody King. Like when I
Brody
see
King,
him
yeah.
when I see him in like a division of that, to me it's almost not believable to see Mark Briscoe beat a Brody King, or see a Mark Briscoe beat a Swerve, or see a Mark Briscoe sweep. Mark Briscoe. You think Mark Briscoe beat a Swerve is believable for real?
Nah, I agree with
Depends
you
on the
this.
circumstance.
Swerve? No, but you talking
But
about
like-
Brody King.
No, I'm
Relax.
talking about at the time. Maybe not Brody King now, but like at the time when they still cared about him. Like if I
still
see,
care
if
about
I
him
see,
now.
Still cared
if I
about
see
him now.
Samoa Joe and Brody King in a match together, and Brody King wins, I think they're damn near trying to bury Samoa Joe. Like that's how I feel.
Oh,
I don't think
you wilding with that one.
I see, and that's the
That's
thing
not
for
right.
me. I don't personally see Mark Briscoe in this light, bro.
The same
Like
Joe
he's
that's
not
been on the
trash.
0 hour forever.
Mark Briscoe is not trash, but like he beats MJF, and I'm like, are we fucking
That's not
serious?
right.
Like
I
I damn
see-
near
I-
Bro, did you
I agree
not
with
see
you
what
about
MJF said?
Briscoe.
Did you not see what MJF said about? He said he told Tony Khan, if you want another Briscoe in the dirt, it's on you. You can't let him lose after that. You can't let him
No.
lose.
Also, he going on his honeymoon, bro. He getting ripped off.
hear you, but I don't care.
And
I
Mark
still don't
Briscoe
think that nigga should
is
be-
still fucking amazing as an overall package. He's still fucking amazing.
Agreed.
He's not a bum in any way, shape, or
No,
form.
you're right. He is not a bum. I just don't think he's a good mid card guy to me. I don't think he should be beating main eventers.
I think he's an upper mid card to me.
I think he's an upper mid card by like popularity, not as a package. Like because people and also
Jey Uso.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Jey Uso as a package. He cleared Jey Uso as an overall package.
I'm literally with you though. I agree. Jey Uso is really an upper mid card.
I want to make sure we're
lower tier main eventer because everybody eats. But as a package, Jey Uso is not a main eventer. I'm with you.
Mark Briscoe clears Jey Uso as a package. So it's
even if we say that, I still don't believe. Like when I look at Mark Briscoe and I hear him, and I'm just like,
it's because you think of him as a tag team guy. That's why. Is that why?
It's that, but you can be a tag team guy and still elevate. I just don't think Mark Briscoe has done that.
I think
like when I watch Mark Briscoe, I'm not saying because it's AEW. I'm not saying he can't put on a good match, but like especially when he was doing that shit with the conglomerate or whatever it was. That's maybe what did it for me.
He's still doing
when he was doing that shit with the conglomerate.
He's still doing it.
I'm like, get this nigga off my screen, bro. I don't want to see this. No, Mark Briscoe should not be Hangman.
No. I don't see him as a world champion.
No,
I don't care if Hangman wasn't holding the title and Hangman was still losing all the time. If Mark Briscoe beat Hangman, I'd sit there like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, that's a bit.
I would too.
That is a stretch.
But
like, I just don't think he should be. I just don't think he should be beating main eventers. Like, that's just me.
There's the Hangman. To me, when I look at Mark Briscoe, there's the Hangman, Swerve, Kenny.
Right, he should not be beating them under any circumstance.
And then there's Mark Briscoe. He's under that. He's definitely under that.
See, I would move Mark.
There's
Briscoe
a run
like
between
Mark.
Lower. Yeah, he's a little.
Yeah,
lower,
like a little bit lower, and I don't think Mark Briscoe should be beating the top guys or the guys right above him. Like
the third tier,
I don't
Mo.
like real talk.
Okay, I'm not mad.
Because didn't Mark Briscoe beat Ricochet in a match? Didn't Mark Briscoe beat Ricochet in a match? Once upon a time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I understood that one a little more, but I was like, we're kind of pushing it. Wow. But I let it slide. Because with Ricochet his character, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But we're pushing it a little bit. MJF, I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have beat him. I don't care.
Nah, after what MJF said, no.
You can't say what MJF said and
right,
not have him
right.
It just doesn't sit right with me. Like it doesn't look right to me when Mark Briscoe is beating somebody like MJF.
Without the context,
I knew that Mark Briscoe was going to
win
without
the context of the feud, I hear you. But with the context of the feud, nah.
As soon as I heard MJF say that to Tony Khan, I'm like, look, MJF is losing that match.
The eggs are unscrambled.
He's got to.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
Hey, and shout out Ricochet because his match with the Gates of Agony versus the Hurt Syndicate, that was a good.
I thought it
was a good match.
That was bullshit.
Who else was with Bobby in them? Because I didn't watch who else was.
It was a fun match. But the wrong people won. No. I do not care about the Gates of Agony and Ricochet.
So was the Gates of Agony and Ricochet versus Bobby
Shelton, MVP.
The Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, MVP was actually in the match?
Yeah, he was.
Was crippled.
But I think the story they're going to tell with that, I think the direction they're probably going to go with that is like MVP at his age and shit can't get it done. So he's probably going to bring in some young gun.
And MVP talks about that on his pod, like how they were trying to put over these. They were trying to find the right young guy to join them and the right young team to put over. I think Mo is right. It's going to be talking about how MVP's losing his ability to wrestle. And I think this is just the start of it.
I heard they got some heat
right now. Lee Moriarty is the guy that's being rumored to join,
which would actually be great. Which would actually be great for him.
Yeah,
but I also heard Bobby and them got some heat because they didn't want to put people over. Like, who are the tag champions right now? Is it still them?
Bandito and
tag team champions.
Brodito.
Yeah, Brodito. Brody.
Yeah, FTR lost. Yeah.
How behind are you?
He real behind, bro.
I guess I'm more behind.
Wait,
they won that Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Wait, when was Forbidden Door? How many weeks ago was that?
Like
last
a month
month
ago? Yeah.
FTR won at Forbidden Door? I don't remember.
No.
FTR did not win at Forbidden Door. Brodito did. Brody King and Bandito.
Yeah, I guess I'm behind a lot more.
They had a Fatal 4 ladder match last night. It was fire, by the way.
That was fun. Yeah,
it was really good. It was very good.
That was another good match.
Very good.
Which, bro, I thought Speedball
outside of a tag team.
Bro, his knees, bro.
I wanted Jet Speed to win those titles so bad.
Speedball. They'll get their time.
Malik, I thought
I'm glad the Bucks didn't win.
Ready when he jumped into that ladder. Bro.
The Bucks would never win.
I've been such a Jet Speed advocate to win those tag team titles ever since their match at All In that three-way tag team match. I thought they should have won it there,
Hmm.
but when they did the ladder match, I was like, this has to be the time for Jet
I didn't even know
Speed.
Bro Dito was gonna win them shits.
Didn't
I thought
happen.
FTR was gonna win it, and they were gonna do Cope and Christian.
FTR
Yeah.
and then do Cope and Christian for
So how do y'all
FTR.
feel?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I still think that
yeah, I mean
happens.
that still probably could happen.
Yeah.
I would be shocked. I've heard rumors and
I think World's End probably.
I've
around
heard
there.
rumors and speculations about Edge's or Cope's contract ending at the end of October. I don't know if that's true or not, but
He's
I don't
resigned.
really see.
Yeah,
it
he's
going
gonna
anywhere.
be fine.
Yeah,
He'll
I think he'll
be
still
there.
stay around and stick around because I think.
And they brought Beth back.
Hey,
They brought
Yeah,
Beth
yeah.
back.
I think him and Edge. I think him and
Phoenix,
Christian are
dude.
probably win the tag titles. At
Hey,
some point.
imagine Edge signs like
Yeah.
a 2-month contract just to fight John Cena and then goes back to AEW. That would be
In
a
my
one-night
dream
contract.
world, bro.
If he was the retirement match, I'd be so.
I-
Somebody
was
said
glad.
how I feel
Crazy.
about them bringing that Tarzan ass beat back. So is Jungle Boy officially babyface or are both Luchasaurus
Yeah.
and meals?
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
Okay.
He's a
Yes,
baby.
they're
So
face.
Jungle Boy.
They're
So
babyfaces.
Jungle Boy.
They're gonna be
Jungle Boy.
But he's not Jungle Boy though. He's not that
He's still Jack
character.
Perry. So
yeah,
he's still
They
still
called
Jack
him that on
Perry.
commentary though. They called him that on commentary though.
He'll be
Okay.
Jack Perry.
They did.
So
They did call him Jungle Boy. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's my
I don't want to
Tarzan,
see Luchasaurus
Tarzan and
back
Jane.
in.
I love
do
Jurassic
not
Express.
Me too.
care, unfortunately, that he's turned babyface. It's great. It was a great moment. I just don't think it's gonna work out well. Like Jack Perry, you've been calling yourself the
I think it's
scapegoat.
gonna work.
I think Jack
perfectly.
Perry was killed when they aired that video. When they
Oh
aired
yeah,
the video,
yeah. Oh,
I
he
don't
was
think-
killed as a singles guy. He was
yeah,
killed as a singles guy, for
but that's
sure.
what I'm saying though. I don't want to see anything else he does. Like every time I saw him after that, I'm like, I don't care.
You want this nigga to retire? Damn.
I don't
That is
care.
not
I
gonna
honestly don't
happen.
care. Like they're not presenting him well. Yeah, this is fine, cool, and dandy. But like real talk, Luchasaurus, unless I missed something, shouldn't he still be mad at Christian?
Nah, they already
That's
kind of
done.
But did he
Exit
get
that.
his get back or he just got washed out?
No, he hasn't gotten his get back yet. But that's why I think it's with Jungle Source. I mean, that's why I think it's Jurassic Express, and I think they're gonna fight Edge and Christian probably as a team.
As baby faces?
Now
That
that I
would
don't
be
know.
kinda
That's why I said I wasn't sure if they were babyface because he's still.
And Prodigy
That's
makes a
kinda
point. That crowd
counterintuitive.
was very happy for Jurassic Express to come back.
Hey, the crowd
Very
can't-
happy.
hey,
Did you
hey,
see the
hey,
waving?
Mo, this is gonna be so nasty, but I'm gonna use an example of why I still don't care.
Oh no.
Did you know that crowd was real happy when Jey Uso won the Rumble, right? What that mean? I don't give a fuck
it wasn't
that
a
the
bad
crowd was that
call.
happy. I don't give a fuck that the crowd was that happy.
I don't even.
I
think that
don't know,
cares.
but my point is, I don't
At
care that
all.
the crowd was happy. If I don't think it's gonna be good, like when Jey Uso won that Rumble, I said, "Wow, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be good. We are going to be sick to our stomach. We are
Okay.
going to be sick to our
Yeah,
stomach."
but
And
I
it's gonna.
understood it.
And I said it was gonna be one of two ways. I can understand this one. I understand. Like I get it. I fully comprehend why and the logic behind it. I just don't like it. I don't think it's good.
I don't either, bro. I don't want to see Jurassic Express back together, bro. Like I want to see.
Gee.
Why?
Gee, I got a question.
I don't like Jungle Boy, bro. Like I don't want.
Like, word. I don't care for this.
I mean, I'm not a Jack Perry fan. as
I
a
don't want to
singles
see
guy.
Luchasaurus around here. I feel like Luchasaurus as a singles guy could be a great mid card guy for them if they use him in a proper way. But just sticking back
Sure.
with Jungle Boy, bro, I ain't moved by that, bro.
I said
that
bring
tells
back
me
Swerve
Were
they
you
don't
and
have
guys
anything
Orton.
to
watching
do.
AEW during Jurassic Express?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Because they
Yeah.
were the most like one of the most over tag teams
Right.
in the entire division.
Yeah, 3 years
during
ago,
that
it was
time.
cool. 3 years
Times
ago.
changed, though. Jungle Boy ain't the same no more.
He not.
Yeah, but Jungle Boy to me wasn't really working that
You
much.
said what?
He had the heel run,
Ass.
right? Yeah, and the thing is, the heel run was working for a long time at that point in time. But there's something that needed to change, and now finally, you got to go back to the basics when it comes down to AEW now, man. Because when you're going back to the basics now, people are gonna get behind those things again.
Yeah. They
And
have
that's what
to
Jurassic
replay
Express is all
things.
about, going back to basics.
This- It feels like more nostalgia than anything to me. Like
I don't think
oh,
it's gonna last.
We don't have anything to do for y'all. Hey, we can bring Jurassic. Bring Marco Stunt back while we're at it. Like,
Okay. and
like
we lost the plot.
bring him back while we're at it.
All right, that's
Like,
where
bring
you
it-
lose me.
But that's what I'm
That's
saying.
where
Like,
you
might-
lose
if
me.
Might as
we
well,
want-
shit.
If we're going
Yeah.
back to basics, bring Marco Stunt back too. Why not? Like, you might as well.
Hey, man,
All
They're
Jungle Boy need to do is just shave his face again. Go clean, just cut off the beard, bro.
It's see if he do that, I'm
probably
gonna be
will.
pissed. Cause like I'm gonna be really not caring. He gonna look crazy, bro.
Probably
All you gonna
will.
do is go back to the sideburns, cut off, go baby face again, and
Yeah, it's just like it can
He
go back to the
probably will.
basics, but some things we don't need to return.
Nobody's
so
not
this is
saying that it can't be popular. Of course, it could be popular for sure. The crowd's gonna love it. It's just I don't care to
I'm
see
not
it in
trying to see that
2025.
shit,
I don't need
The
that.
tag team I want back is Swerve and Our Glory. Bring them back.
Can Keith Lee, it look
Man,
like he ain't never coming back, bro.
Keith
That
Lee's
Like,
never
at this
coming
point-
back.
Yeah, nobody knows situation with Keith Lee. I would say for me, the highlight of the night for me, I think, was Chris Statlander becoming AEW Women's World Champion.
Yes.
For me,
Oh my
long
God.
overdue for her. Chris Statlander has been my favorite in the women's division for many years now. And Toni Storm, you know, she's been carrying the division, holding it down, doing her thing. Mercedes Monet's been doing her thing on her end as well. Obviously, Mariah May, when she was there, was holding it down, doing her thing as well with that story. But Chris Statlander has always been somebody who's been very consistent and very good for AEW's women's division. She has good matches. She's had a good presentation. I just feel like she was always the superstar they were looking at to help put others over for a period of time. Like she was the one that can give you a good match, but in the end, she was going to put somebody over to help catalog somebody else up even further, which was cool. It was Gucci for a little bit, but I'm like, bro, eventually, bro, they got to give her some glory, man. She got to get that shine eventually. Chris Statlander is very good enough to be the AEW Women's World Champion. I feel like them finally striking was a good decision for me. It was a shocking decision because I definitely didn't think she was going to win. I definitely did not think she was going to win.
Didn't see it
at all.
either.
That threw me off. And the Fatal 4, it was cool. And, you know, I liked the match and I was happy how it was done. But I'm very excited that she's finally the champion. I feel like Toni Storm has pretty much done her bid as champion, and she'll probably become champion again eventually because I don't think she's going to go anywhere. I think she's going to stay in AEW. I think she'll be the champion again eventually. But Chris Statlander, I feel like this is a good – here, we're going to give you your flowers, give you your respect. You've been one of our best women superstars in the division. You've earned it. You deserve it. It's your time to finally get a push now.
Got it.
Yeah.
And the one thing that also was so happy about this is that this is the first woman in AEW's history to hold both the TBS and the Women's World Title.
Oh wow!
So it's a great accomplishment for Chris Statlander as well.
I'm interested to see how. I'm interested to see how they're gonna handle her push after she becomes champion. That's one thing, but I feel like it'll be they have a good enough roster and good enough challengers, you know, to make it work. So
G about to say something nasty. I can order to
Look.
I don't know why.
Go ahead.
Women's division's been good.
Because if we, what's that common phrase? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
No. Oh no!
When Mercedes Moné did not beat Toni Storm, I said, "Oh, I knew it wasn't going to be Athena because they don't care about her in Ring of Honor." So I was like, "I wonder how long Toni Storm is going to hold this." I actually like Chris Statlander. I'm glad she won. Happy for her. I was a little bit like, "Huh?" when she did it, but happy she won. You know what I'm afraid of though?
She gonna be sacrificed to Mercedes?
And not even that. I'm afraid she's going to have a Thunder Rosa. Who else won that title and didn't do shit with it after? A Saraya. The interim Toni Storm before she changed her character. A Jamie Hayter. I'm afraid that this is going to be nothing, and it will just be in a footnote. Like, they've only really booked, if we really, and I hate to be a pessimist, but if we just look at it, they've only booked 3 women's reigns good, Britt Baker's, and that was kind of by default. They booked Toni Storm's really good, and then I think, actually it was
Mariah.
2. Yeah, Mariah. That's who I was forgetting.
Mariah.
Those 3 reigns. Every other reign after that has been, what the fuck are you doing?
But I feel like not WWE. Jesus Christ, we've been talking about them all show. AEW has been more consistent with the women's division. That's as of late. That's why I'm a little bit more optimistic for this. But I see what you're saying.
But in the process of them being more consistent with the women's division, it's also because the 2 people that were holding down their division are just like that.
One thing I will say though, my biggest fear. This is my biggest fear about Chris Statlander being champion. Oh, please don't put her in the Death Riders, bro, because they've been teasing.
Brother,
yes, I'm
Wheeler out there
total
too.
agreement with you there.
Bro. They're gonna put her in the Death Riders.
They've been
Keep in mind,
that she did Wheeler's move, bro.
Carrying Darby Allin.
Pac is back in that motherfucker.
She won the belt with Wheeler's move. Like, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah,
I know, but it's like, bro.
And keep in mind,
we passed
the
that,
man
bro.
was carrying.
That, man. Like,
Darby in a casket 5 minutes prior.
Like
to
if I
that.
see her
you
come
set that
out
boy
with that,
Mox
if I
on
see her come
fire.
out with a case, bro, and that belt in that case, bro. I'm like, oh my god.
Bro. You know,
Is it just me?
hey, you remember
Oh,
when
go
the
ahead.
Nexus died off? It wasn't shit. They made the new Nexus was a CM Punk, and then the core was made.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Yep.
about the Death Riders still trying to add members to their shit, bro. Like, it's done.
I
We're
think they're
past
gonna
it.
do like 2
Oh, it's
separate.
We're
still-
past it.
Oh, I've
Been
been
bro.
done
We're
with the
done.
Death
We're
Riders
good.
ever since its
Yeah, I
inception.
mean,
honestly.
it might.
Like,
happen
can we have
because
the?
they
Can we
been-
have another Death Rider?
All
they
in should have
have-
been the end.
Hold on, so they have been planting the seeds for that. So if for sure, probably it's gonna happen. I just don't. I personally just don't think it should happen.
Is Marina still there? Or what happened to her?
She's still there.
Yes, Marina's still there.
So they
just
have
Marina's
another
still
girl?
Pac's
there.
back
being
now.
I saw Pac came back.
Mhm.
Shout out Pac because I do like him. I hate that he cut his hair, but I do think Pac is.
Didn't like his haircut either, bro.
I hate the
Didn't like
haircut, but I do.
Me neither.
I think Pac is one of the
I didn't even
more-
realize it was him until the face
Yeah,
reveal.
because I do think Pac is one of the more underrated wrestlers like ever. Like for whatever reason, I feel like
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't get enough love. But I hate the haircut, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of killed it for me. I was like, I liked it better when you
Too
came out
bald
with the
up
wristbands
top.
on your arms and your hair.
G, you need to
I
make
didn't
that
even
T-shirt.
think
Bro.
of
I've
Pat-
counted it at least 10 times. You need that T-shirt. ASAP.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't even think of Pat coming back during that match. I didn't. I thought like Death Rider bullshit would happen, but I didn't even expect Pat to
So
come back.
is
there.
this AEW's
at
Bull
all.
Club?
No,
No.
No,
No, not
This
at
is-
all.
this is-
no.
this is AEW.
It's not that far.
Let's see how many members they
I ain't
keep.
gonna lie. The Death Rider is gonna be AEW's Bloodline, but Solo's version though. Solo's Bloodline.
brother.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Bad version of the
Oh,
ball.
a group that should have died a long time ago, but keeps fucking growing. Yeah.
Super chat here. What's your guys' opinion on how Rollins and Punk or Rollins and Reigns rivalry end? Do you think WrestleMania 42 will be Roman versus Jay for the Ula Fala?
What the fuck?
No
That
to the
was
second
weird.
question.
I was like,
No to the
that second
that
question
question.
lead after the first one. No.
I don't. Now, listen, they have
There's no
kind of
relation.
been. I don't know if they're teasing about Jay going after the Ula Fala or not. I don't know. But the way I'm looking at it, respectfully, I don't think anybody should be holding that Ula Fala other than Roman Reigns. And if anybody is going to get it, you have to be able to match Roman Reigns' level. After what Roman gave us, you got to be able to give me something like that.
And
Jay
Jay
Uso's
Uso's not doing that.
He's not that guy.
And Jacob Fatu maybe could have
No.
at one point until they killed him off.
I don't know.
This
if
is
they-
how, this is how it should go. This is literally how this should go. Rollins and Punk at the Royal Rumble. Reigns cost Rollins the World Heavyweight title. Rollins and Reigns, WrestleMania 42. And CM Punk can then go feud with whoever won the Royal Rumble. Whether that be Sami Zayn, even though I don't want to see it, which is starting to look less and less likely now that he's on SmackDown and has the US title. Whether that be Drew McIntyre, whether
think
that
it's not
be,
even
I don't care who it is. I don't care who wins the Royal Rumble. That's who goes after CM Punk. Shoot, you can give it to Gunther, a returning Gunther. CM Punk and Gunther, let them run that back one more time. I'll live with that. I don't care who it is. And then Cody, you either do two, because Cody's kind of the left off piece, because I know people talk about Cody and CM Punk. Cody, you can give him a returning Kevin Owens. You can give him a Randy Orton feud that we've been waiting on for ages. Whatever you want to do, because it's not going to be Cena. You can give him a elite level main event, something with a couple of people that are down there. You can do something with that. There you go. That's all you have to do. That it's literally so easy. It writes itself. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make another video telling Triple H how to save WrestleMania so I can be right for the third year in a row. Like I guess I gotta do that every week so Triple H can book something correctly.
I think the way I feel it's probably going to happen, I think they're going to do Seth and Roman and Punk and Cody at Mania. I think that's going to be the world title.
That's
match.
what I would do. That's
Title
what
for
I would do.
title?
Yeah.
No, it's going to Roman and Punk. Roman Seth's going to be for the world heavyweight title, and Punk is going to challenge Cody for the WWE championship. That's going to be their
Who was that match? Roman or Punk?
probably. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's good. I feel like it has to be Roman. Like
Roman could
has
be
to be
Seth for the
Roman.
world title. I wouldn't mind Roman with the world heavyweight title, but it's like
I
I don't
wouldn't either.
know if he really needs it, but you know.
PTO Roman with the World Heavyweight title? Okay.
Hey, even if it's for like 2 months, fuck it. Why not?
You think Roman
Yeah.
Reigns is gonna hold the title for 2 months, nigga?
I'm trying to be optimistic.
No, Roman Reigns, if he holds another title, he is bare minimum getting a 365. He will. Hey, you want to know why, Mo? You want to know why, Mo? Because if Roman wins that title, you know what that Saudi president gonna be? Yeah, we need Roman as champion for the
Roman and Rock.
We need Roman. Hey, bro, Roman Rock. Yeah,
we need Roman Rock.
Yeah,
I hope y'all know that happened in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen, then I'm done.
Happening.
If it doesn't happen, it's never happening.
I've been done, Mo, but that's happening
there right now. This is 2025. WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia is in 2027. I will be shocked if Roman and Rock is not night 2 WrestleMania Saudi Arabia main event. Title or no title, it don't matter. The money is there. Everything's there now. Everything that they possibly want is going to be there for that to happen. I will be shocked if that doesn't happen in Saudi Arabia.
Here's the thing. That man will be 55 by the time that time comes around.
54,
possibly.
54.
What's the problem?
Either way, I do not care to see Dwayne in the main event of some Saudi Arabia WrestleMania at the age of 54, 55 years old.
They really about to surpass WrestleMania 9. Ugh.
I haven't cared. I haven't cared about
relax.
the Roman Rock match since WrestleMania 38. And yeah, like if they weren't going to do it then, I just don't want to see it now at the age of 54, 55 years old.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's for sure going to be the main event.
It's going to happen. Sure I know it's going to happen.
And guess what? It's actually going to be a good one. It's actually going to be a good one.
It's not going to be good. I'm
last
telling you guys
last time he was in the ring, did he not cook?
It's going to be as good as people
last
think
time The Rock was in the ring, did he not cook?
Yeah, 3 other niggas around him.
What that mean? He cooked himself.
Yeah,
you can have 3 other people around you and suck. Perfect example. Karrion Kross in that 5-way with all the other wrestlers. It was easily noticeable. Karrion Kross was the worst one in that match. That's when he was in his peak. That was bald Karrion Kross.
He can look chiseled out of granite, but that don't mean you're not going to be able to have people to support you.
At WrestleMania,
if he cooks, I'll give him credit. But I don't know.
I'm just saying, did he not cook?
It's a far stretch.
He didn't take a bump until like 40 minutes in, bro.
Hey, or that's the board member. TKO.
He have to.
That's the board member TKO.
Give me a break.
He sold that spear amazingly though.
He didn't look okay. He didn't look bad at 40, bro. He looked.
No, he did not at all. No. I'm not saying that. No.
Because they actually trained.
Yeah, he's not gonna step in the ring and not properly train.
You don't think he's gonna train for a whole year?
Of course,
he's gonna come out.
He's gonna have to.
He's gonna come out on the Raw.
He's gonna have to keep up with Roman.
Come out on the Raw after Mania, after Roman Reigns beats Seth. Roman Reigns gonna come out talking all that mess. If you smell, look, we got to do it bigger. Riyadh season, WrestleMania 43, The Rock, Roman, WrestleMania 43. That's how it's gonna happen. He's gonna book it a year in advance. That's what they're gonna promote WrestleMania 43 on for a whole year.
Here we go with Cena again.
A whole year.
Then it'll be twice in a lifetime. WrestleMania.
That'll be his final match. And that'll be the biggest. That'll be realistically, like not even kidding.
20 years in the making.
It'll be his final match, realistically, and from WWE standard, it'll be the biggest match they ever had.
For sure. I'm not gonna be
the
Oh yeah,
the money they're gonna make for that match is gonna be insane. I can only imagine the paycheck you're gonna get too, and it's gonna be in Saudi.
Because Saudi's
I can't disagree with that.
I'm not gonna lie. TKO always talk about they in debt. Just book your next 5 pay-per-views in Saudi. You'll get out of it real soon. Just book your next 5 pay-per-views in Saudi.
If that's what we gotta do to get rid of TKO so they can pay off and go away.
For real though.
I'll live with
y'all know Saudi be bringing out the bag for WWE. Just literally book your next WrestleMania. So look, we got WrestleMania 43. Book SummerSlam over there. Book Money in the Bank over there. Book Royal Rumble over there. Book what's the other 2-night event they doing? I know they want to have one more. Oh, hey, look, War Games over there.
But it is SummerSlam.
TKO's out of debt, just like that,
bro. The WWE,
just like that. TKO was
out. IWC crash out would be so funny, bro.
Hey, it'll get them out of debt though.
Yeah,
they're what, $3 billion? 3 billion. TKO's gonna pay $1 billion for each one.
Oh, for sure.
Look, I can't disagree. The whole thing with the Saudi stuff, like the Saudi stuff was inevitable.
Yeah,
like that was always gonna happen.
Riyadh
at this point,
I can't be mad.
I'm just numbing at this point.
That match is inevitable. Happen. Like, it'll be the biggest match WWE's ever had. Rock and Roman Saudi Arabia should have shattered records because they'll bring the casual fans are going to watch realistically, and they'll bring in the people who are past fans who don't even watch, but The Rock's going to be in there. Oh, God, we're going to see The Rock wrestle. You know what I mean? So
see The
it'll
Rock,
bring
yeah.
in ridiculous amount of fans. Like I said, the money they'll make is going to be crazy. Like I don't hear nothing. Like I said, I don't hear nothing about nobody being in debt before, because Rock Cena at WrestleMania 28 was the highest bought WrestleMania pay-per-view in history. Rock Roman in Saudi, your debt should be paid by then.
And they're literally paying what if people ain't got it now, they'll pay them $30 for ESPN to watch that.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Some people
VPN.
Oh God, I'm VPNing forever.
Hey man,
until they shut that down.
We are not promoting illegal activity.
Anyway, to go back to
it ain't illegal.
I
ain't been arrested yet.
To revert back to AEW, Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher was really, really good. If you guys hadn't seen that match, highly recommend
Really good.
go see that match. Kyle Fletcher might
that
have
was a great main event.
a future spot in that main event scene. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he
for sure was.
He's one of the young guys they want to build up.
That was the biggest match of his career, and he hit it.
He's one of the young guys that they definitely want to invest into. I feel like him and Takeshita are the two guys that are young right now that they definitely want to invest into, that they should invest into for their future main event scene for AEW. Takeshita's probably going to win the New Japan world title over in because he just won the G1, so he's probably going to win that next month. Him and Okada might.
I think he's still winning the unified title of it down the line.
Takeshita?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, like beating Okada for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. One-on-one
because they're eventually gonna put Okada back as babyface.
That's why
every time Don Callis members feud against each other, one of them got to turn babyface. So
yeah.
Dorado
I think they've been telling that story with Takeshita recently anyway for him to turn face. So
yeah, so shout out that. I'm glad Kyle Fletcher is back to his prominent rise, because it was a little touch and go for him.
That match was almost 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What, Hangman and Fletcher?
Yeah,
it felt long, but it was enjoyable. Yeah.
Shout out that man, because
I
was a little worried for Kyle for like a month, but
really
he hates the Dustin decision so much.
Yeah, I hate the Dustin Rhodes decision tremendously. Like, you literally were giving a layup. I think he was gonna beat Adam Cole anyway, but you literally were giving a layup, and you gave this nigga nigga damn for what?
Yeah. I could agree with you there. I honestly thought that, first of all, Kyle was going to beat Adam, but I thought that, Kyle Fletcher, he just should have won the title there instead of doing the whole Dustin Rhodes thing.
It was like for what?
For sure.
Like, it's literally a footnote in history. It's not anything. It was thrown together last minute. I didn't care about it. I feel like it's different when you're doing stuff for a moment that people are going to remember. Like, I use this as the comparison all the time. But Jey Uso tapping out Gunther, whether we like it or not, people are going to remember that forever. Whether for a multitude of reasons.
That man never used a secret in his life.
People are going to remember that for the worst reason ever, and the good reason. Nobody's going to remember this Dustin Rhodes win come later on. I'm not going to be like, oh, you remember when Dustin Rhodes won the TNT title in that 4-way? They're going to be like, what? More people are going to look back at this and be like, why the fuck did he win that 4-way? Like, that was actually really fucking stupid. That's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
The one thing I did not like about All In, and I'll stand 10 toes down on this, was the Eddie Kingston return.
That shit was ass.
The match was mid as fuck.
Not only that, Mo, but you wasted the surprise of Eddie Kingston. You do this whole entire thing on an episode of Collision, which nobody watches, by the way, and then all of a sudden to have Eddie Kingston answer the challenge from Big Bill, it's on social media, and then that's it. You don't do anything prior to even say that Eddie Kingston's coming back, or what even is the status of Eddie Kingston. Because sure, he's been out of the company for 16 months.
It's been that long.
But you're doing this based on a social media post.
Not employed, or
he had a broken leg.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's what it was. Okay.
He had a broken leg. He was in New Japan. He wrestled the guy that's with the Death Riders now, or at least associated with them.
Oh, I know you talk about Gabe Kidd or some shit like that.
Gabe Kidd. Yep, Gabe Kidd. He was wrestling Gabe Kidd at New Japan Resurgence last year. And he broke his leg when he did a superplex from the ring apron to the floor, and his leg hit the barricade. It was bad. I watched it. I didn't watch it that night because God knows it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. Right. But no. But yeah, he came back and they just wasted the entire surprise of it. for a match against Big
Yeah,
Bill.
that match
which
was
I
not
just
that
did
great
not
to
like
That's probably
whatsoever.
the least best match on that show for sure.
Are we gonna are we
Yeah.
are we entering the realm where we can have a safe space to have a real conversation?
About
You
what?
said what?
Are we gonna enter the safe space where we can have a real conversation right now?
About?
Because I was
What?
definitely one of the minorities at this time when I said it. I just want to know if the tune has changed. We still rocking with Eddie Kingston like that?
I've never been the biggest.
Oh, people love Eddie Kingston.
And I don't understand.
People
And
love
I
Eddie
don't
Kingston.
understand
I
it.
agree.
I see his talent,
Here,
but he's not my cup of tea. That's just
Eddie Kingston is just relatable to people. He's real. When he speaks,
very
he's
relatable.
real.
Yeah.
Like, as far as his talent,
He's a real
sure,
guy.
you could debate his talent. Like, yeah, it's very mediocre. Like, there aren't too many Eddie Kingston matches that I'm going to go back and sit back and rewatch for real. But he's
Yeah.
relatable to a lot of
Right.
people. Like, when he speaks, people believe in what he says. He's authentic.
I can see where people come from when they say that they aren't fans of Eddie Kingston. At least
Because
go
like
there.
for me,
Because I see it.
like Malik, you just said Eddie Kingston is real. I think the only like real thing he does is just cuts people off in promos and tries to sound unscripted as possible. And then it ends up just being annoying. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Like, we know it's a promo, but at least let him get the promo out. Like, he loves to do that. Oh, I'm gonna make it seem like we're having a real argument. But like, nobody wants to just hear people yell over each other on a TV show. Like, I've never been the biggest fan. I like when people go ballistic. I'm like, okay.
Oh, someone said he's Eddie Kingston is Mark Briscoe without the wrestling. That might be, yeah. Yeah.
Now you
Yeah.
see what I mean, Mo. Now you see
No, but
what
Mark
I mean?
Briscoe has that wrestling though. He's very
But
good
it's
in the
still,
ring.
but like, it's not enough.
Mark Briscoe has
It's
the
not
wrestling.
enough for me though.
Not enough. Yeah,
Eddie Kingston has a certain ceiling. Like, like I said, when it comes to his in-ring talent, there aren't really too many Eddie Kingston matches that I would personally go back and sit there and be like, oh, that was a classic. That was Graps right there. But I understand why he has a connection with certain people. He's authentic to them. When he speaks, they believe in what he says. They live vicariously through him. It's like, to give an example, Jey Uso, for an example. People who like Jey Uso genuinely don't care that he's mediocre in the ring. They like Jey Uso because they believe in his
Don't get
gimmick.
me
They
started.
believe in who he is. He's cool to them. When they watch Jey Uso, I feel like they genuinely want to be like him. His entrance is cool. His presentation is cool. He gives off a cool presentation. They don't really watch him, though, to give graps when it comes to in-ring ability. Like, his matches are mediocre at best, So I think Jey Uso fans understand that, you know what? His in-ring skills, not that best, but I don't really like him for his in-ring skills. I like him because of what his presentation is on TV. Sometimes people have that connection with audience. The perfect person that made that example is Goldberg, the most mediocre wrestler you will ever watch. But people who love Goldberg genuinely could care less that his matches were squash matches. They loved Goldberg because of the presentation that they saw of his character on TV. His entrance was insane. He was super believable to beat people like that in convincing fashion at his peak, So Goldberg at his peak was super relatable to a lot of people. They could care less that he could wrestle. Some people are like that. You use Bret Hart as an example. People who love Bret Hart because he's a wrestler. He puts on good matches for them. Care less about his promos, though. They don't care if his promos are that bad or mediocre. They watch Bret Hart because they like to see him wrestle. Some people aren't able to do both. Some people aren't able to have a Shawn Michaels effect where you can cut promos and you can have good matches at the same time. Like, you could do everything. Some people don't have that, effect for them. So Eddie Kingston is one of those people I feel like, just based off what I've seen him do in AEW, when he talks, he sounds real. He doesn't sound like a scripted character. It sounds like him. Like, this is who he is, like, for real. Like, this is how he really talks. It's how he really walks, how he really acts. That's what people. Sometimes the realism in wrestling is what people gravitate towards do more. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what Eddie Kingston presents. That's why people like him.
The thing that I've heard a lot of people compare Eddie Kingston to, the person, I should say, and this is gonna sound really crazy. So I'm prepared for G to even just go off the rails for this one. But Dusty Rhodes, a lot of people compared him to Dusty Rhodes with how real he was. Like, he can always seem to be at least possibly getting to that mountaintop, but then at the end of the day, it just doesn't really work out for him in the end. But because of the relatability, because of the realness that he brings to the table, people just get behind him and they want to see him at least get to that level, even though it possibly just won't happen. So that was the early days of AEW. Now it's 2025 and he literally just came back. So now we gotta see where AEW and Tony Khan are going to position him moving forward.
Yeah, because Eddie Kingston at one point, a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago, but when he was really over, there was talks about him being the world champion, bro. Like that's how over he was. Like there was talks about putting that world title on him. Like
that's what I'm talking about, right? Like I mean, he was at least in the talks of possibly getting there, but it didn't work out. It just wasn't there, possibly. So
what were the titles that Eddie Kingston was holding before he got hurt? He had like 3 of them. What were them titles?
Oh, that was the whole.
Right, but he had like 2 titles. Ring of Honor won the Continental Classic title.
He was the Ring of Honor World Champion at the time.
And the New Japan one, right? One of the New Japan champions.
There was a New Japan title.
Yeah, when he was walking around with 3 belts, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was ass.
This is probably around the time I was tuned out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that shit was ass. That shit was ass.
The thing is, I watch this product weekly because I do a post show after the show.
Let me ask everybody else. He already gave his answer, so he ain't got to answer this. Who's somebody in AEW that you don't appeal to? Then he already gave his answer. So,
oh god,
yeah, that's what it was.
I would say Ospreay, but Ospreay started to grow on me when he left, or when he was leaving.
Trader.
The Bucks. They're great. They're an all-time great tag team, but I just never clicked with the Bucks at all.
Really?
Never liked the Young Bucks.
Interesting.
One of the absolute greatest tag teams of all time, though. I'm not going to deny that.
Okay. It was the Ring of Honor World title, the Continental Championship, and then the New Japan Strong World title. So yeah, he had the 3 titles.
I'll rock with Orange Cassidy heavy too. That's crazy.
He won me over with that international title. He won me over with that.
Not even before that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I pop every time.
Let Phil give his answer.
I don't even know. There's so many people in this goddamn company that I don't even remember half of them.
It could be somebody past or present though.
Yeah. Damn. No, well, for the longest time before she was even when she was actually getting pushed heavy, Abaddon. She's not in the company anymore. But when people were talking about Abaddon like crazy. Like she was going to be something huge, and she was a zombie gimmick. I never saw anything good for her. She wasn't anything all that special to me. The in-ring stuff was never that good. She just really could not gravitate towards me. I want to give somebody better though, because obviously Abaddon is nowhere near to what the caliber of AEW's roster is now. But yeah, until I figure that out, we can move on to
I low-key got 2 more. Well, technically 2 more. One of them, Sammy Guevara. Never a fan of him. I thought he could put on a good match. But that's another one. It's AEW. Almost everybody could put on a good match.
Everybody can wrestle, bro.
So I don't care.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Another one. And well, you gonna hate this. Any woman that was on top during the pandemic. More specifically, Hikaru Shida. I knew
Hikaru
Shida. More specifically, Hikaru Shida. She is a pandemic merchant. The fact that she is a 3-time AEW Women's Champion is insane to me.
Gang.
Insane. Imagine if we came up and I told imagine Mo, if I was telling you, obviously wrestling-wise, there's a drop-off, but just hear me out. Imagine if I told you, hey, Mo, let's say you was just coming to WWE. I was trying to fill you in on the women's division. I was like, yeah, we got, Bianca Belair. We got Rhea Ripley. Oh, yeah, Carmella was a 3-time women's champion. You're like, Carmella? Our true tag team partner, Carmella? Her? 3-time women's champion? You look at that
anywhere near Carmella.
Was everybody hurt? Right? That's how I feel about Hikaru Shida. And honestly, if we keep it a buck. Riho too.
She's great, but she just keeps getting hurt.
Yeah, Riho. Who else was on top before Britt Baker finally won that title?
Thunder Rosa. But even though
she won it from Britt Baker, and they didn't do crap with her after that.
Nothing, bro.
Yo, also too, you know who else they didn't do nothing with? Wasted time. Deonna Purrazzo. That was such a waste. That was
diabolical waste.
Diabolical waste, bro. Diabolical waste.
They are wasting her
Deonna
talent
Purrazzo
beyond
just doing
belief.
nothing, bro. It's crazy.
Oh,
Bro, when she went over there, I was like,
I'm just like,
ooh, they gonna after that
Wait.
run she just came off of it. Ooh, yeah, this women's division gonna have a problem. So you know who she was?
I'll
feuding
say
with?
for me,
Tyra Valkyrie.
I'm gonna say for me.
I got one now, finally. But Nick Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot get behind the kid right now. It's not even what he was doing right now, honestly. With the whole
What is Nick Wayne actually?
the matriarchy thing with his mother and Kip Sabian. It's not even that.
This nigga's 20.
Didn't he? First of all, I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
even
20.
knew who the kid was at first when he
He
came
Yeah,
in.
Nick Wayne is 20.
He's like 20 years old.
Yeah, he's 20, bro. He's 20.
He
I think he started wrestling with them at 18. Like literally, as soon as he could get signed, he went wrestling with them.
he got started like last year, I think. At like
Yeah,
18,
19
years
yeah,
old.
20,
But yeah, he's got a lot of like raw skill.
Yeah.
But they need to work on it. Like,
so he's Logan Paul.
right
Okay,
now
gotcha.
it's just completely
No,
he's still very raw to me.
No.
He is very raw to me, bro.
Agendas. I'm just playing.
Okay,
He
so
is.
look,
He's got
this is
that
a better
talent.
comp. This is a better comp, and I need you to hear me out when I say it because you're gonna have a conniption.
Oh no.
Mm.
It's like when when Pete Dunne first got in the scene, but with no development. So when Pete Dunne first got here, he had the
I see what you
performance center. He was able to hone everything. Nick Wayne is talented. He can actually go in the ring, but they don't have a performance center. So it's honestly like he's just going out there jumping off.
His reps is TV. Yeah,
Go
his
to
reps
the
is
Nightmare
TV.
Factory. You got that right there. Learn from people.
What you mean? I do watch AEW. I just be behind sometimes, but I watch out every week. I would
say probably my
I just watch
answer.
clips.
I would say probably my answer. I'm not gonna lie, it's this Jungle Boy, man. He's fun.
Jack Perry's a singles. Yeah, I'm with
That's
you.
Bro, like, what do y'all
Singles wise, I'll agree.
What do y'all
there.
see in this man, bro? Like, I don't understand. I don't know if y'all just appeal to him because y'all attracted to him or whatever it is, bro. But like, as far as a wrestler or the package, he's not somebody that moves me, bro. Like, I don't see.
He was always a tag
I don't see it, bro. I don't see what people see in him. Like, he doesn't do anything for me as a singles guy, even as a tag team guy. When he was with Jurassic Express, they were really popular. But I always felt, even despite the dinosaur gimmick, Luchasaurus was somebody that you really could use as a singles guy, as either a monster or an opposing threat, like by himself. Like, he could do great things alone, even with that dinosaur gimmick, if they wanted to present it that way. But he stuck with Jack Perry and Jungle Boy and stuff, man. I don't know, man. He don't do nothing for me.
But that's the one thing that AEW always lacks is that they never book the big guys well. They never do. They never have from the very moment of their existence.
The only one they got right was Joe and Brody Lee when he first came in.
Joe
and Brody Lee.
And Brody.
Bro, I knew it was Raps when they messed up. When they messed up
Lance
Wardlow, bro, at his peak, bro. Like,
that was a.
Lance Archer could be doing a hell of a lot more things right now. And
that's another one. I never want to see Lance Archer on my TV screen ever again. I can't.
Is he still under contract?
He should have won. He should have won that TNT title, not Cody.
Lance Archer.
First?
Yes, he is.
First? Real, brother.
Cody was the right first champion. He was the right first champion.
The thing is, they only gave Cody the TNT title because at the end of the day, he couldn't challenge for the world title. So the thing, like,
that's what made him a perfect first champion, in my opinion. That's what made him a perfect first champion.
I never would.
I think Lance Archer really could have been something big for AEW as a big guy if they actually wanted to do something with him. But now he's stuck into Don Callis' family with the rest of the 12 that they got under contract with that family, which is ridiculous, by the way, when only 3 of them matter.
Lance Archer doing?
And then
the other group I didn't like either, bro. What's them dudes?
He does nothing.
I forgot the name. They had the mask and stuff like that, man. There's like 12 of them. They had like numbers attached to their names.
Dark Order.
Yeah, bro. No,
they had a little bit of potential at first.
Yeah, when Brody Lee was there.
Yeah, they had a little.
Brody Lee was cool, but they're talking about them as a group. No, she was ass, bro.
Nah, they had a little bit of potential. I thought they could have did a little something.
They
It
added
wasn't
to
me.
the
Dark
Hangman
Order
story.
had
I wasn't moved by
Added to
them,
the
bro.
Hangman.
Especially
Yeah,
after
that,
they,
yeah, when they,
it was
especially
when
after they
brought
stuck
Hangman.
around for so long,
Evil
bro. Like they were
Uno.
together for so long, bro. Like
Evil Uno and John Silver as the tag team of Dark Order was actually getting some
yeah,
momentum in the
it was
early
getting
stages of
momentum. I'm just
AEW,
saying
and
for
then it
me,
just
I
flat.
wasn't moved by it.
Who was the big like strong fit one? I think they called him like -1 or something like that.
-1
No,
was the
okay,
son
so
of
not the
Brody
son.
Lee.
Who was the one that like wrestled with no shirt and actually looked like he was fit? Not the short one. He was kind of like a little bit more stocky.
That was probably Vance.
I don't remember.
He
I
came
don't
on
know.
like in the
Numbers,
later time,
I'm not
but
gonna lie to
yeah.
you.
I remember
Now you guys
the
are making
really
me
short
look up
one
Evil Uno
who
in my
looked
search
like, I'm not
history.
gonna lie, he looked like a really short guy that just happened to be there. And then the one with the long hair, right? They call like he was like the one that was all, like the comedy guy in the group. One that was making the jokes to somebody. Yeah, John Silver. And then the one with the long hair rocked with him.
Okay. So there was Evil Uno, Alex
This is
Reynolds,
G hates
John
everybody.
Silver, and Brody Lee Jr., which is the son.
I swear there was more than that.
But then you also had Alan Angels, Colt
I
Cabana,
remember
boom,
that.
boom. Anna Jay was a part of it at one point. Preston Vance was a part of it at one point. He was 10.
Yeah, 10. I think that's what I'm talking about.
Preston Vance then.
Yeah. I thought
Preston
he could have been
Vance.
nice, but
Stu Grayson.
All right.
Then they had the Creepers, which is just NPCs.
oh, because Cody Vance was
then,
the one who started like the little join the Dark Order. He was the one that was doing them little first vignettes, right?
Yeah.
Then he put a mask on. Yeah. I thought he could have been nice.
All right, so to end off the pod here, I'm gonna ask everybody a question, and y'all just give me the answer you want to give. Give me, in your opinion, the most overrated WWE video game you've ever played.
Oh, there hasn't been a good video. I mean, there hasn't been a bad video game I played. So,
for me, I'll give my answer. Mine is SVR 2009, bro. Other than Road to WrestleMania, that shit is not great to me. That shit is not playable. That shit was not fun. Road to WrestleMania literally is carrying like LeBron James carried the Cavs in 2018, bro. Like that's how much that was carrying that game. Other than that, that was a big downgrade coming from the first SVR 05, 06, and 07, even 08. That was a big downgrade if you ask me. So SVR 09 for me is probably the most overrated. That gets a lot of love. I'll only say it gets love just because the Road to WrestleMania is attached to that series. Like the first one we ever got, which was great. The Road to WrestleMania was spectacular. But other than that,
fantastic. Yeah.
Boo-boo.
And here's the thing: you could argue that was the worst road to WrestleMania. You could still argue that
compared to the other ones. Yeah.
You can still argue that.
Go ahead. What's your answer?
You said 08. 08 is overhated. I want to say that because some people call it overrated. I think 08 is very overhated just because it's a drop off from 07. But I think overrated. I'd probably go Just Bring It. I prefer all the other SmackDown games over Just Bring It.
Interesting.
That's just me though.
I can't really say for me like an overrated one because the only WWE games I played are the ones that everybody loves. I played the SVRs 07s, 08. I didn't play 09. I played WrestleMania 21, I think.
That shit was ass.
But understand, I was like 4 years old, so I don't remember it. I just remember playing it. I remember having the disc on my original Xbox when the Xbox first came out. I remember having that, but I don't remember much about it other than like we stopped playing it when my parents found out you could have bra and panty matches on there. So I stopped playing it. They came in one day. Me and my sister were playing it. They're like, "What are y'all doing?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we're not."
Almost a day of reckoning. Salute.
The first one or second one though.
But
a day of reckoning.
I didn't play 2K20 because, quite frankly, I could never get it to work.
Man.
So I never played 2K20.
Good job.
And then all the WWE games that came out ever since, like the ones that actually have like the GM mode, I think they're cool. But I don't think anybody overrates them. I just think it's something to do, right? So I can't really say, but I know like if I had to say one that was trash, it would probably be that 21, WrestleMania 21. But I don't remember too much about it.
So, what's your answer?
The earliest game that I ever played when it comes down to WWE games is SVR 06, and then other than that, prior to that, I haven't played. So I'm just gonna go from that range on. But in terms of me, I look back at SVR 08 now and say, like, this game wasn't as bad as many people say, but during the time and my early stages of playing WWE video games, it was 08. I just did not care for much that happened in that game. And the thing is, like, I felt like when it came down to the overall downgrade from what SVR 08 was compared to 07, I was like, yeah, man, this game is not really all that good for me.
That's another one that I honestly
but
did
yeah.
not like care for with WWE 12, bro. I was not great.
You tweaking.
Well,
You tweaking.
Who's on that cover? Because I don't remember.
Randy Orton.
Randy.
That's
the most underrated game to me.
The road to WrestleMania was fun, but other than that,
the gameplay is the same from 13 though.
13 was a lot better.
And Universe mode was perfect. That Universe mode was beautiful.
The Universe mode to me was like, it was okay. Like,
I don't really care for Universe mode in most games, but
what's the WWE game that's got Jasper Troy's gimmick on there?
Jasper Troy.
The Lock.
Oh god.
Which one is that one?
Oh, that's 23.
Oh, The Lock.
Oh, that's 23.
Yeah,
The Lock was 23.
Yeah, I just know like that.
Like
My
WWE
Rise, I hated. My Rise, I hated.
WWE 12 wasn't like
Me too.
terrible, but that's definitely one that I have not gone back and replay. Like, there's nothing about that game that I want to go back and play.
Where do y'all even be going?
I think
to find
between
these games you
11
can
and 13
replay?
is
That's
kind
what
of.
I need to do.
To me, you just go back and buy them again.
No, but
Yeah,
like,
literally. I got the whole stack right here.
okay, so
From
can, like,
shut your mouth
do
down.
y'all buy them on the 360 or do y'all buy them on like regular? Like, what do y'all buy them on?
Yeah, 360 or whatever the consoles.
You can play 360
PS2.
games on.
No, it's
Like-
just I still have my old consoles.
Oh, that's why.
I literally bought N64 to play No Mercy.
Yeah, I still got my 360.
Yeah, I don't have my old console, so that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't like a terrible game, but I don't know. People be gassing that game a little too much for me. Like, it was cool, but there's a lot of other games better than that game, bro. Like, that's
Oh,
a
for
good
sure.
WWE game, but
I
it's
just think it's
not.
underrated.
They do not care about Universe mode
not in the
nowadays. I'll say
echelon.
that.
Man, 12 Universe mode has so much detail.
It would,
to it.
Universe mode would be a lot better if we can do it like online,
That'd be
or like
That'd be dope.
because they just introduced crossplay.
All
they
you
did
gotta
just-
do is bring some GM mode elements in there.
The old
don't,
GM
like-
mode elements.
Old
Yeah.
GM mode elements. Yeah.
And even GMO now, like it's better than not
Man,
having it.
I don't care
It's
about the
better than
GM
not
mode.
having
I go back
nothing,
to
but it's
07.
not the same, bro. It's not the same.
I see people GMO's fun, bro.
07.
I enjoy playing GMO.
GMO can be fun, but because of we know what like
Especially
for me-
online too. Playing online is real fun.
Well, because my thing is like I hate like for sure
07's
I
not
for
GM
sure
mode.
hate one how like you don't get access to the full roster. It's just whatever they randomize that day.
You have to buy bigger arenas and
Yeah.
like try to
And that
progress
part I
that
don't
way,
even
though
that part I
never
don't
a
even
thing.
hate. But I want it to be like I think if we could combine GM mode and Universe mode, I think that would
Perfect,
be a
man.
perfect blend. Like you
I
have
hate the
Universe
roster
mode,
thing. I
you
hate that
have
shit.
your Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, right? And like, let's say you guys are competing. One has one brand, one whatever. You still do the same draft, right? You can even still have all the different perks and stuff from that too. Like you can do all that, but I want to be able to like have a little bit more hands-on control about how things go. You know
Basically
what
the
I mean?
old school. Basically,
Yeah,
the
like I
old
want
version.
to have a little bit more hand.
Yeah, old school
That's why I
GM
go back
mode.
to 07. That's why I go back to 07.
Well, I'm not gonna go buy a 360 just to play
I
that.
play 07
I
almost every
will.
single.
It's my favorite
Time
game
when I
of
get
all
into
time.
Sony.
It is crazy because I won't go back to
It's the best WWE game for sure.
It's crazy because I won't go back to get a 360 to play 07, but I will definitely go back and buy a PS3 again or a PS2 so I can play Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition and so I can play Guitar Hero 3. Because those two games.
That's why I rebought my PS2, bro. I still have the games, but my
you still
console
have
is
you still have Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition? And it has to be the Dub
Nah.
Edition. It can't be
Nah,
Midnight
nah,
Club
nah.
3 Dub Edition is by far the
got-
best racing game. It's better than Need for Speed. There's another one that I know was made like it's the best car little racing game ever, bro. That nobody can touch it.
That's
Nothing
what I
comes
need to
close.
buy. I need to buy NBA Street Volume 2. That's what I need to buy.
So, all right. So this is the last question I'm gonna ask. What's everybody's top 3 WWE video games of all time? Your top 3. No order. Doesn't have to be in order, but your top 3 all time.
I go back and forth between Here Comes the Pain and SVR07 at number 1.
I'm on. Oh, you're not done. My phone.
There you go. I'd say 11's in there. Or
Only got 3
14.
spots, so top 3. Your top 3.
Fuck.
My top
Yeah,
3
I'll-
is pretty easy.
I'll
Mine
go
for
14.
me. Mine for me is No Order, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, SVR 06, and SVR 07. That's my 3 right there, bro.
That's valid. That's very valid.
Because I didn't play a lot of WWE games growing up, I don't really have a big pool to pull from. But I know it's not going to be anything post 2020.
Cook.
It'll be SVR 06 and 07 because I did play those. I didn't play Here Comes the Pain. There was one WWE something like, I don't know if it was 12, 13, or 14. I don't remember which one, but I did. Which one was CM Punk on the cover? 13, right?
13.
Yeah, I think that
13.
one was
nostalgic.
Yeah, that one was, I think, the one I would probably put top 3.
That cover is beautiful.
Honorable mention, I don't remember what year it was. I don't think Daniel Bryan was on the cover, but they like really focused on the Yes movement that year.
It was an
2K14?
alternate cover. I know exactly what game you're
Was it-
talking
Oh, you mean
about.
like the showcase?
Yeah, something like
Oh,
that.
that was 19. That was 19.
That was 19? Okay.
19
Oh.
was good too.
19's elite.
So Mo, what's your interest?
Yeah, I'd say Here Comes the Pain, SVR 07, and then 2K14. But shout out to No Mercy.
Phil, what's yours?
Yeah, so I got SVR 07, SVR 2011.
That's top 5.
I love that game. And honestly, 2K19. 2K19 got me through a hell of a lot during the
Valid.
times.
What was the game?
But yeah,
Which one was the game where Randy Orton just RKO's John Cena, and then he's like, "Look, he attacked me."
oh god,
2011.
that was
that was 11.
That was 11. That was
my
11.
The road to
That
WrestleMania.
was
Now, me
11.
personally, I like 2010 though more than 2011. I like 2010.
2010 is my most played game ever.
2010
but the road to WrestleMania where you could be
Is
like a creative.
I literally
That was
go back
2010.
and
That was
forth.
Oh,
2010.
the
Yeah,
creative wrestler.
yeah,
that was
and you
fun.
can do that to fight the Undertaker. I swear, bro.
I go back
Couldn't
and
beat that
here's
in
the
the same
thing.
way.
Like, if you ask me this tomorrow, I'll say 2010. Like 2010 and 2011 are like so interchangeable to me. I just love both those
I
games.
think
So
2010 's
like, you'll
underrated
ask me
as fuck.
tomorrow, and I'll
Valid,
say
yeah,
2010.
Because I think 2010 had the one where you can create a wrestler. You could be like Dolph Ziggler. You could be Rey Mysterio. It was like a good amount of options. But anytime you pick going up against the Undertaker, man, bro, I swear you can hit like 50 finishers on that nigga. He go.
Oh, you talking about
pick
Defeat the
out-
Streak?
And
Yeah.
Oh, that was 14.
that was
That was
2K14. That was
No,
2K14.
no.
And I love that
It was a
game.
younger one because I don't think I remember 14, but it was definitely one of the older ones.
2K14 was
No,
a
but
feat.
there was
Where he would
one
do, like,
where
magic powers. and
But
shit.
no, but there was one. No, it wasn't that. There was one where you literally had like 5 options to choose from, and one of them was to create the guy, but it was specifically
was versus
Yeah,
Undertaker.
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
okay.
That one was the
Um,
one that was like, bro, Undertaker. You know, how many finishes you hit him with? And it was always you hit him with a finisher, 1, 2, kick out, and then sit
me
back
look
up and start
that.
Yeah,
chasing.
defeat the streak was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
Defeat the
Road to
Streak, bro.
WrestleMania
Oh
versus
my
Undertaker.
lord.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys for coming on. Phil,
That was 2011.
Yeah. Phil, thank you for
Yeah.
coming through. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming through to watch. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to the No Name Wrestling Podcast and to the Narcolepsy 194 YouTube channel and the G Baby YouTube channel as well. Check out all episodes of the podcast that we're on. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the Rated M Wrestling YouTube podcast as well. We'll be back next week. Next week's conversation is going to be interesting. We're going to be talking about what we think is more valuable, peaks or longevity with superstars.
This about to be nasty.
So
Oh, that's
conversation
gonna
should be
nasty.
interesting because there are certain superstars who
Roman
may
stand
have
on the
peaks
way.
who didn't have longevity, but then there may be certain superstars who had longevity who didn't have higher peaks. So we're going to be talking about what we think is more valuable, what puts you up in the higher as far as being in the all-time list. So make sure you guys subscribe. Thank you guys for coming through. Getting through some tough times right now with WWE. So I recommend you go watch AEW when you can because AEW is very enjoyable right now.
Big facts.